Yo, what's up, everybody? This is Toby. Welcome to the podcast. If you're a new listener, welcome. I'm going to give a big shout out to my day ones for the past 6 years, my subscribers, my listeners. I appreciate people who talk about this podcast, who share this podcast, who support this podcast, who write reviews for this podcast. Really, really appreciate all your support. I've been doing this for 6 years. I've been giving it away for free. So many people ask me why I don't film it, why I don't monetize on YouTube, why don't I charge people for it on Patreon? And their answer is because I don't want to. I love these conversations in my kitchen. I love the honesty. I love that people want to come back for 2 or 3 episodes, the reoccurring guests that I have all the time. I love it. No lights, no cameras. I myself do not like going on podcasts that are being filmed and have lights. I've done it a couple times. I'll probably never do it again. I don't feel like myself in those situations. So I want all my guests to be as comfortable as possible. I do have sponsors. The sponsors keep my shit going. They keep it alive. But I will never interrupt a conversation with an ad in the middle of it. People do that all the time, and I will never interrupt the flow of a conversation. So don't worry about that. But I do have amazing sponsors who I align myself with, who the products that I use on a daily basis. I've turned down so much money for sponsors that want to be part of this podcast with companies I've never tried or didn't align with. I'm very picky about who I have on my sponsors and have on this podcast. That being said, check out the sponsors. Joe, cue up the music. Since 1987, Rockabilia has been around doing officially licensed merch. No bootlegs from all the artists that I freaking love, from pop to hip hop to rock to hardcore to punk. Over 500,000 items on this website, independently owned, operated in the USA. Custom limited collab drop every month exclusively on this website from visual artists and tattoo artists. We have so many bands that I love and artists that I love, from Gaga to Blink, Katy Perry, Bad Brains, Beastie Boys, De La, Tribe Called Quest, 50 Cent, Billy Deftones, Dead Kennedys, DMX, Dr. Dre, Eric B. and Rakim, Goo Goo Dolls, Hall & Oates, Wu-Tang, U2, Snoop, TSO, and Paramore. Those is to name a few of all my favorite bands that are on this website. I've owned t-shirts from all those artists throughout my life. Now I know to go here only. All officially licensed merchandise. Check out Rockabilia Instagram. Also go to rockabilia.com and use my code OLC10 and get 10% off. That's rockabilia.com. Use my code OLC10 and get 10% off your purchases. Thank you to Rockabilia for being our new sponsor. Welcome to OLC fam. Yo, I'm so honored to announce it's only taken us 7 years to get a record label sponsorship. So honored to announce our new partnership with Flat Spot Records. Flat Spot Records was started in Baltimore, Maryland in 2004 by Che Figueroa. Later on, he linked up with my man Ricky Singh from Backtrack, who had a great episode on here with me and Matt Henderson. That's episode 367. You can check that out. I love what this record label is doing, what they represent. They're one of the most influential DIY independent record labels of the 21st century. Hardcore represent to the fullest. So many of the artists are my friends, also been on this podcast, from Trapped Under Ice to Scowl to End It to Speed to Backtrack. Friends on there like my man Matty Matheson's band Pigpen, amazing hardcore band called Raw Brigade. We got Whispers, we got Misery. It's a true honor to have this partnership with Flat Spot Records. We do a thing called Flat Spot World all around the world. We played the Baltimore one. It was incredible, Disturbing the Peace. But the real incredible news is one of the most hardest working hardcore bands of all time, Terror, have just signed to Flat Spot Records. They have a new record coming out April 24th. It's called Still Suffer. They just dropped a single. They just dropped a video. It's incredible. If you had to take one person that represents hardcore to the fullest, that's Scott motherfucking Vogel. Shout out to Vogel, who's on this podcast 3 times. Martine was just on incredible episodes. Thank you, Ricky. Thank you, Che. Thank you, Flat Spot Records. You can go to flatspotrecords.com and use my code OLC and get 20% off anything on the website. That's flatspotrecords.com. Use my code OLC and get 20% off anything on the website. Terror's coming out, Still Suffer, April 24th, Flat Spot Records. Thank you, guys. Peace. Welcome to the One Life One Chance podcast. I'm your host, Toby Morse. Today I have a very, very special guest, Mr. Jade Puget. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
My first AFI guest.
Really?
Thank you. Yeah, man. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, of course.
You guys been really busy, man.
Yeah.
Traveling and playing shows and new record out and all that.
Absolutely.
I was trying to think the first time I met you guys would have been the Warped Tour or maybe New York or something. I'm not sure.
What year?
Like 95, 96 maybe? I don't know.
We didn't do Warped Tour till 99.
99?
Yeah.
So maybe 99?
I'm sure we must have met you before that.
I wonder if you came to like New York for something. I do remember maybe taking you guys to your first subway ride. I don't know if you remember that.
Oh, God.
There was something at Coney Island High, and then something happened at the it's a legendary show. I remember taking you guys up the street to like get on the subway to go to your hotel or whatever.
That was before me, I think.
Really?
I joined in 98.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so that would have probably been,
So maybe I didn't take you on your first subway ride.
Yeah. Damn it. I still haven't been on the subway. You got to take me.
So Santa Rosa is where you're born?
Yeah.
That area? Yeah.
I mean, technically born there. I didn't grow up there, but, you know.
And you have two siblings. You have Smith, who we know. Shout out to Smith, your brother, legend. Have my wife's back on the Warped Tour many a times.
Yeah.
Fun. I remember lighting his shoes on fire, running around the Warped Tour.
That night. Were you there that night when he jumped in the ocean?
Yeah,
The shoes on fire?
Yeah.
Man.
I think my wife has photos of that, actually.
Oh, really? I'd like
Yeah.
to see that because I was like frightened. That's my brother, He poured gasoline on his legs,
I know.
put firecrackers and bombs all in his laces, and then lit his legs on fire, chugged a yoo-hoo, and then ran and did a front flip over the railing into the ocean with his legs on fire.
Where was that in the country? Where were we?
In New York somewhere, like on the...
If it was New York, that's even crazier. The Hudson River or something. That's disgusting.
Yeah, it was disgusting. Damn. And there was, it was like 20 feet down to the water.
Yeah, I do remember this. I also remember like the whole, like he was just part of the whole, like, the merch crew out there on the Warped Tour, those long, hot days, everybody sticking together and looking out for each other.
Yeah,
and
Skinhead
stuff.
Rob and
yes,
Smith. Yeah, he was doing merch for us then.
And you have a sister too.
Yeah, older sister.
Older, okay. So who got into like? Let's go get to growing up because from what I hear and what I've heard, rumors that you kind of lived in like in a cabin in the woods.
Cabin, more of a shack.
Okay, more of a shack.
A chateau, if you will.
But is that where you kind of were raised in that?
Yeah, I mean, we grew up dirt poor.
Okay.
And, a lot of times the plumbing wasn't working, so we had an outhouse. So it was very...
Wow.
Yeah. Very, very poor upbringing. My dad hunted and grew a lot of the food we ate. So,
wow.
Yeah.
And so did you go to regular school? You homeschooled?
No, we went to regular school. There was public schools there, so yeah.
Yeah. And so did your friends know where you lived? Like going to school, was that awkward for you or weird? Like,
no, I mean...
Was that this community you were in?
Yeah, we lived in a small community, so there's a lot of poor kids, a lot of white trash kids, so it wasn't, probably nothing too, and there was a lot of reservations up there, so a lot of my friends were Native American, and we all, like a lot of people were poor, it's just kind of the way it was.
Yeah. And what kind of kid were you?
In what way?
Were you a wild kid? Were you like outside all the time? It seems.
Yeah, like one of those, my mom in the morning.
Kids.
Kick you out of the house. But we lived out in the woods, so we would just be no supervision, out in the woods, barefoot, just setting stuff on fire and just wilding out there. And, anything could have happened. It's wild to think back now because I have a kid now and just thinking like I wouldn't do that to my kid, but it was great.
Yeah, it was a great life.
Yeah.
That's why he lit his shoes on fire later on in life.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
We had two boy cousins and the four of us boys would just wail on each other, dirt clod fights. Rocks to the head, you cut a nice stick for a sword and just be wailing on each other's head and body like all day long. It was, we were savages.
Yeah, the dirt clod fights. I had it with my two brothers too.
Dirt clod fights, does anyone do that anymore?
No, I mean, just whipping big, hard things of mud and dirt at yourselves. With the G.I. Joes, dug a hole and had the whole thing in the backyard. So, damn, you're outside mostly, yeah. How were you in school?
I was really good up until a point. I skipped second grade, and then the school wanted me to skip third grade too, but then I would have been a first grader going to school with fourth graders.
That's
at a different the next school. So my parents are like, that might not be good for his, so they're like, no, we'll let you skip the one grade. And then so I was good in school. It was easy for me. And when I got to fifth grade, it was like the principal took me in his office and he's like, I want you just to roam the school at your will. Do whatever you want. You can walk into any class you want, sit down and learn some stuff and leave whenever you want. You don't have to be in any one place. You want to go into math, you can go in there and learn. And you want to leave after 5 minutes, go somewhere else, go to the library, do whatever. So I just roamed the school. He just
Why was that just with you?
I think because of like my IQ test scores and just my performance. He was like, I don't want to hold you back.
So advanced. Yeah.
He's like, just do whatever you want. So I could just walk around the school and walk into any class I wanted at any time. It was very weird.
Wow. It's a crazy freedom that young too, especially at school.
Yeah. And I didn't really know any better. I just thought, oh, okay, this must be the way it is.
Any other friends with that level of IQ with you? Were they hanging out with you doing that stuff?
I was the only one that got to do that. So it was a little weird, but I was an introverted kid anyway.
Yeah.
And kind of shy. And so, it didn't really, I don't know. I guess I just thought, okay, this is how it is for me.
And were your parents playing music in the house, or were you around music growing up?
My mom, like, even though we were really poor, my mom always had a piano. I think she got it when she was young, and it always followed us around. And she was a composer and a piano player. And she
that's
would
cool.
play, like, my earliest memories of music is sitting on the couch. I was probably 2 or 3 years old, and her playing, like, Chopin and Bach and Beethoven and Mozart. Wow. And just my first feeling where music hit me emotionally was classical, being a little kid and listening to my mom play for hours. So that had something to do with something. I don't know.
So no matter where you went and where you moved, the piano always made it with you.
Yeah.
Damn. Was she trained in that? Did you go to school for that, or?
I guess she took I don't know. She took lessons, but she was naturally talented, and she composed her own music.
That's cool.
And she still does to this day. So yeah. And then my dad was like really old school, and he played like the fiddle and like the mandolin and stuff. Nice. So it was a complete opposite of that.
Yeah.
So I got kind of these two.
Those are great, man. Wow.
Yeah.
And then like rock and roll and stuff, were they playing the records in the house, or like harder stuff, or no?
My mom loved classical, and she loved like Motown.
That's awesome.
So I got a lot of Motown and like early Michael Jackson, and then she loved Prince, and like, so that was constantly happening when it wasn't classical.
Mm-hmm. And then how about you, like what's your exposure to like harder music or punk? Like what was that?
Well, that's probably one of the reasons why. First, in 5th grade, I also discovered breakdancing. So that was like...
Were you breaking?
Yeah, I loved it. And
fuck yes.
All of a sudden, I was like, I saw when Breaking 1 came out, saw it in the theater. I left that theater being like, this is my new calling. I'm a breakdancer. This is all I want to be.
Sick.
And so I got my mom to get me some parachute pants.
No way,
and I had like a Jordache jacket, like zip up all the way to the top. And the Nikes. Remember in Terminator 1?
Okay.
When John Connor breaks into the store, and he arrives naked because he's traveling back in time, and he gets like the trench coat, and he gets the black and gray Nikes. Yeah. And there's a scene where they show his feet come down from the changing room.
Those are the ones you got?
I got those exact ones.
Were those Jordan 1s or no?
I don't even know what they were. I think they were before Jordans, because this would have been like the mid 80s. So I don't think Jordan was even.
So those are the shoes you're rocking?
Yeah. And then I have parachute pants. And like I rolled into 6th grade with the first day of school with the whole kit on. I was just like posted up, and this dude comes up to me. He's like looking at me all hard, and he's like, "Hey man, you break?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "All right."
Did you have moves by then?
I was okay.
How do you learn? Like, where do you start learning from? Because there's really no internet. What do you like? What are you watching? What are you doing?
Well, the soundtrack for Breakin'.
Okay.
Got that on vinyl, and there was an insert in it that had step by step on how to do these breakdancing moves.
Wow.
Like doing the centipede or the worm. Or like everyone has a different name for that, but just like a little bit of pop locking. So it showed you how to kind of do it. So yeah. So I was like, and my best friend in 5th grade, Joey Maldonado, was the best breakdancer in school. So I was kind of like, getting some shine from just being friends with him. But yeah.
Could you do like windmills and stuff?
No. See, I wasn't that advanced.
Okay.
Pop locking.
Same.
Everyone could do
backspin.
Little bit of backspin, maybe like a couple of rotations and peter out, not great. But yeah, I was okay for, 5th grader.
Yeah. It's funny you mentioned breakdance, because all of a sudden I've been obsessed with watching breakdance contests on YouTube right now in Japan. These young kids, it's insane.
Yeah, it's compared to what we were doing in the 80s, it's like not even the
just
same
like
thing.
The one arm hand spin, just everything now.
It's gnarly.
Yeah, so like, I was definitely into breakdance in the early 80s. I taught it in the early 80s. And I lived in Maryland for a second. Like,
you taught it?
Yeah.
Whoa.
I was giving classes.
So you were good then?
I was pretty good. I still do backspins on stage. I did one on the last tour for some reason at the end of a song. I could do hand spins, head spins. I never could do the windmill where you grab your shit.
Yeah.
I could almost do windmill when I'm not. It's just hard to do windmills, man. I know. Get up doing it.
The mechanics of that are bizarre. I can't even. I still don't really understand it.
But I feel like it's like once you get an ollie down, you can do more tricks. Mm-hmm. I feel like if I ever got the windmill down, I could do way more things. I just never could pull it. I could do like one loop but not continue to do it. But yeah, breakdancing, man, all that stuff, Beat Street.
Yeah.
God, man, that's cool. You get into that.
I was obsessed. And then I got into hip hop a little even before that. But
what was the hip hop back then? Was it Houdini? Was it
Houdini, Curtis Blow,
Herbie Hancock? Remember that?
I mean, I love Rocket.
That's what I breakdance to.
That was the number one breakdance song.
Number one.
I mean, when Rocket came on, I don't care if you breakdance or not, you had to
move,
get up. And we had a jukebox in my junior high that had Rocket on it.
Sick.
So every lunch there would be breakdance contests like in the lunchroom.
Were you joining in?
Oh yeah.
Sick.
Yeah.
And then there was Shannon Let the Music Play. Remember that?
Yeah. There's Egyptian Lover, like stuff like that.
Yeah.
Those were good breakdance songs. But I was listening to Kumo D.
Fuck yeah.
Dougie Fresh,
Yes.
Fat Boys, like stuff like that. The early and first Run DMC album.
Of course.
I remember sitting, like being pretty young and sitting in my bathroom with like a little boom box and playing each Run DMC song and trying to write the lyrics down on a piece of binder paper and just the whole album. You're like, I got to transcribe this so I can see what they're saying.
There's no lyrics in those cassettes back then, really. You're right.
Yeah, so I was just like, yeah. So hip hop early. And
That's amazing, man. And breakdancing, pop. And do you have like a name for like your b-boy name or anything or no?
No, we didn't. We were too backwoods to really know anything like that. To think like, oh, we should have a name.
Yeah. What about graffiti? You went to graffiti too?
No, once again, that was kind of too advanced. It's like I knew graffiti was part of it.
Yeah.
But the thought of like, first of all, I couldn't afford spray paint, so you know that alone.
There's that.
I used to write like suicidal tendencies. Like
in that font?
Yeah.
Love that. Me too, dude. On my shirts and whatever.
Yeah, on my books and stuff. That's about as far as I got, yeah.
But no boombox or nothing?
I had a boombox, oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I had to have the boombox, yeah.
So your gear was, you were always trying to have fresh gear for a little while. How long does this phase last for? The hip hop back then?
Probably a couple of years.
Yeah.
I didn't have the funds to really, I couldn't
keep up.
I couldn't afford a piece of cardboard to break
or
down.
Chain.
No chain. No chain. No, I had a chain.
Really?
Yeah, because I remember being in like 6th grade and I went to school one day and I had a white mesh half shirt, a gold chain with an eagle on it, and like a members only jacket.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is there photos of this stuff?
No, but I wish there was because it was a ill.
People would not, until this conversation, people would not believe that was you. Like, oh, little picture you post. Oh my God.
It was an ill fit.
Dude, a half shirt.
Yeah, white mesh half shirt. Probably didn't get sent home.
An eagle chain's kind of crazy too.
Yeah, pinner eagle chain, definitely fake, not gold.
Wow. So then from there, you get into skateboarding at all?
Yeah, that's kind of where my scholastic career started taking a nosedive. Like I got my first real skateboard and then punk kind of around the same time. Like I had heard about punk.
Yeah.
Like there was a dude in my science class that was like, "Have you heard of Minor Threat?" And I was like, "No, what's that?" He's like, "Yeah, it's punk, but it's skinhead music, and you can't listen to it unless you're a skinhead." So I was like, "Oh shit!"
What?
Like it sounds like I'm thinking like this is something really interesting, but I'm not a skinhead, so I can't listen to it. So it sucks.
Wow.
And so and I was hearing about like DI, some of the West Coast punk bands and TSOL and stuff like that. But I didn't really, I just kind of heard the names and I didn't really know about it until I got remember Thrasher used to put out the compilations.
Skate Rock.
Yeah, it's Skate Rock. So I got Skate Rock Volume 2, Blazing Wheels and Barking Trucks. And I had like TSOL and JFA.
Faction maybe?
Faction, Los Olvidados, Big Boys. Yeah.
Classics.
And so that was like a game changer for me. And around the same time I got the first Suicidal record, they're self-titled. And like that record still to this day is in no skips, like one of the best punk records of all time.
Agreed. What was your first setup, your first board?
It was a Kevin Staub, the like Mad Scientist one.
Fuck yeah.
Venture Trucks and OJ Wheels.
Nice. I loved OJ's wheel. Yeah.
Yeah. So my first skateboard was a real skateboard. So I was, and then it was like no looking back. And I discovered a group of people that listened to punk. And Nick 13 was like one of my first friends.
Nice.
Like I met him in like 7th grade.
Wow.
And so
you skated too?
Yeah.
Nice.
And so we all skated, listened to punk, and a friend of mine had basically a punk house. It was no supervision, just a bunch of young, rowdy kids. And we would just stay there all the time and never leave and just skate all day, listen to punk, have circle pits in the living room, skate in the living room, and destroy all the furniture.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we just destroyed that
like
house.
The Suicidal video.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Would you have, were you a good skater?
I was pretty good. The one, I just,
you doing like quarter pipes and shit? And
we actually, in that punk house, we built a real vert ramp in the backyard.
Really? How big?
Yeah.
10 foot?
Not that high, no. You mean wide or high?
High.
No, it wasn't that high. It went to vert.
It
probably had like, I don't know, 4 or 5 inches of vert. So it wasn't like insane.
It's good enough though.
But for us, you know, and it was a good ramp. It wasn't like a rickety piece of shit.
Yeah.
And so I was a good street skater. And on vert, I think the thing that held me back is, you know, guys that are really good are just balls out.
Yes.
And
fearless.
Yes. And I always had something, I was like, I wasn't like balls out fully like that. I got good enough. Like I could do, you know, pretty big backside airs on a vert ramp.
Nice.
And I was a good street skater, but I didn't never take it to that next level because you have to have that kind of insanity thing where you're just like, I'm going to fly off this thing and I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I agree, man. I would do the tricks I was comfortable doing, really not pushing myself to do crazy things. But yeah, there are some kids that just went for it, right? They're just blasting airs and fucking trying crazy tricks.
You got to be willing to go big, and then you break through to that next level because you don't give a shit if you get hurt. And I think I gave a shit. I've never broken a bone like skating or anything.
Wow.
And I think it's because of that. I was a very technical skater. That's why I was good at street. Did
you have some favorite skaters back then? Nadas?
Obviously, well, yeah, that Nadas in the Santa Cruz video part was like, still to this day, I'll watch that every once in a while because it was so cool, like spinning around on the fire hydrant and stuff.
Yeah.
But, you know, like Future Primitive and Animal Chin and like those, so like the Bones Brigade was huge, probably for everyone my age, probably for you, I'm sure.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah. And so all those guys, I went to a trade show in the 80s down in San Diego, and all those dudes were just walking around, and I got like a shirt signed by McGill and Rodney Mullen and Tommy Guerrero, and
wow.
I still have it. And so yeah, those guys were huge.
Superheroes, man.
Yeah. And you know, all the guys back then, Gator and Hosoi and Mark Gonzalez and everyone from that era, Nadas.
Yeah.
And then later, I think my era ended in like the early to mid 90s.
Okay.
So like the H Street videos are probably the last really important videos, like Shackle Me Not and those videos where I was really...
Was Muska out then too, Chad Muska?
That was a little after me.
It was after you, right?
Yeah.
Mike Vallely, was he back then?
Yeah, Vallely and Thebo and all those guys.
Sergeant Thebo, yes, dude.
Yeah, I love Thebo. Thebo's like one of the
one of the greatest humans out of skateboarding I've ever met, dude. Shout out to Thebo.
Just in general.
As just a person, human, yeah.
Amazing. I remember we went to skate on Embarcadero in the 80s, and Thebo was there skating, and I was like, it was like seeing, you know, like Robert De Niro or something. I was like, oh shit, it's Jim Thebo.
Yeah. It's just legend.
Yeah.
And especially growing up where that area right back, yeah.
Yeah, because you didn't see anyone that, you know, you didn't see anyone famous or...
The Thebo skate vert too is just mostly street, I think.
Thebo? Yeah, he had a ramp in Oakland. Like when I joined AFI, like late 90s, we used to go to Thebo's ramp in Oakland. So he skated skated like at least, you know, yeah.
Yeah. I like mini ramps too.
Yeah, he had basically a mini ramp, I guess.
Yeah. So do you end up going to school with the guy? Like, I know you dropped out of school to join AFI, right? Like a senior year. Did you drop out or no?
No, I got mono when I was in like a sophomore.
Okay.
And was out of school for months because of mono.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, and then by the time I went back, I just didn't care anymore. And I was in these pretty difficult classes like calculus, like AP calculus and AP physics and stuff. And I got back and I just was like, I don't care about that. I want to skate. And like, I would just miss school all the time because I'm like, I don't want to be here. I'm just going to leave at lunch and go skate and be a punk, you know?
It's so crazy how many people's stories on this podcast all about they find skating a punk and they don't care about anything else.
Yeah, it ruined my scholastic career 100% because, you know, I was like on that track to be a smart kid.
Yeah.
But then, so I dropped out after that and I had basically like D's and F's and they sent me to the sort of reform high school.
Wow.
Where all the criminals and fuck ups went. And it's called South Valley. And I went there and the first day and I was just thinking like, I was young, you know, I was 15 or 16. I'm like, how did my life become this? Why am I at South Valley? This is crazy. This is a crazy arc for me. I realized that this is not where I wanted my life to go. So I'm like, I went one day and I'm like, I'm out of here. And I took my proficiency.
Whoa.
And then went to junior college at like 16.
At 16?
Yeah.
Were you playing in bands at that point?
Yeah, right around a little after that, I joined my first band. Well, me and Nick 13 started.
Influence 13?
Yeah, both of our first band was that band.
Wow.
And so it was around the same time.
Was there another band, Loose Change?
Yeah, that started like a year or so after that.
After that, yeah.
Yeah.
So when you start playing music, you just pick up a guitar and start playing? Like, what's your first instrument you learn how to play? Was it that?
Yeah, my dad had a Les Paul.
Okay.
And he was like really kind of in this downward spiral of like drugs and alcohol. So he just wasn't playing this guitar, and he saw that I was becoming interested in it. So he gave me like a little amp, like a little PV amp, and that guitar, and allowed me to join this band, because otherwise I couldn't afford anything. I couldn't even afford a cheap guitar. So it allowed me to join this band or start this band with Nick, and that was kind of the genesis of me playing music.
And kind of self-taught?
Absolutely, yeah. I've never taken a lesson, so I just kind of muddle through myself. And
just jamming along to other records and stuff like that? Or
figuring it out. Like the first Green Day album came out around then, and it was kind of like a lot of 3-chord. So I just put that on and be like, I can figure this out, these 3 chords, and just kind of figured stuff like that out. And I loved the blues back then too. Yeah. So I played to a lot of blues like B.B. King and Robert Johnson and stuff.
That's awesome. So you knew at a young, like around that age, you wanted to play music, and at that point? Even though you were smart and you could go to college, but it was just punk and skateboarding drawing you to this world, I guess, right? So it was like, figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, punk was such a huge thing.
Yeah.
And at that point, hardcore too, like because we had just finally discovered hardcore. And so it just made sense. Like I wasn't burning to be in a band, but it was just like, I loved the music so much. I'm like, yeah, this is the next level of loving music, is actually playing it.
Mm-hmm. And were you like, before you found Minor Threat, were you a party kid or anything? Like experiencing? There
was definitely like young me. It's like we were fuck ups, we were fucking savages, and there was no straight edge. We didn't know about it.
Yeah.
And so, like I tried stuff at an early age, definitely. And I think, a lot of people come to straight edge in different ways. A lot of people are like, I never have done anything.
Yeah.
And some people are like, I've done it and realized it wasn't for me. Mm-hmm. And so I'm one of those people, even though it was early on, but I kind of like realized, even though no one was telling me the idea of that this could not be for you, or you could not like it, because that wasn't even something you thought about. It's like, of course we all drink, of course we all smoke weed, of course we all smoke cigarettes. Yeah, there's no like not doing that. It's just part of it. It's and like, I remember like everyone smoked cigarettes because in the 80s, that's what you did. You were a tough kid, or you were like a street kid or whatever. You smoked cigarettes. And I remember smoking cigarettes, and everyone, of course, got addicted to cigarettes right away. And it just wouldn't work for me.
Wow.
And I'm like forcing myself to smoke these cigarettes. And I'm like, this sucks. And I have some like component to me that just doesn't get addicted, I guess, because nothing ever stuck. And I realized this sucks. I don't like the way this feels. I don't like the way this smells. And eventually and around the same time, it was like discovering, like I knew about Minor Threat, but when you're 12, 13 years old, you're not thinking about ideology.
No.
You're not thinking like, what's this guy saying? Oh, crazy. Like that. I'm tripping on life now because like, I could be different. You just want to go out and skate and destroy. Like that was it.
Yeah.
Skate and destroy. And it was really when we discovered hardcore, like Youth Today and stuff like that, that it started clicking. Cause it was around that time also where I was like, I don't like this. I don't want to do this anymore. Like this doesn't interest me.
How old are you then? Or how old are you then? Like
I must have been, I don't know, 15 maybe, something like that.
They found like Youth Today and Judge and GB and all these bands, all these like.
Yeah, the Way It Is comp was big.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Because being on the West Coast, and you had to discover music. You remember.
For sure.
Of course, you probably were in a place where there was a lot more music.
For sure.
Around.
We were in it. Yeah.
You were in it.
Yeah.
We were in a little town in Northern California.
Yeah.
So even to find a record store that had anything was difficult. So, we didn't get onto those bands early.
Yeah.
And the Way It Is comp was a big thing. I mean, we had Cro-Mags, Age of Quarrel. I don't even know how we got that.
Wow.
So we loved.
It's a great one.
Yeah. I mean, all time.
All time.
So we loved Cro-Mags.
Yeah.
But then when we discovered that Way It Is comp, because it was Sick of It All and Youth Today and Bold and Gorilla Biscuits and even Nausea. We just thought Nausea was another hardcore band because it was on that comp. We're like, this is the same as, Youth Today. That was huge. And then getting Break Down the Walls and Judge and Bold, Speak Out, like all those records. It was
so important, right? Yeah.
Crazy important, because it really solidified the straight edge thing and discovering this new style of music that was really, I fell in love with.
Yeah, way different than West Coast for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I was
Different
listening
edge.
to, you know, we listened to some East Coast bands. Of course, we knew Bad Brains and we knew
Yeah.
Minor Threat, and
Yeah.
we knew stuff from over there. But yeah, it didn't sound like Black Flag. It
No,
didn't
man.
sound like the Germs. You know, it was like, and then this physically strong, morally straight, positive youth. Like these messages, I finally started.
And the way they look too was so different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because we were listening to Dead Kennedys and stuff, and they had a lot of ideology, a lot of
So much.
message.
Yes.
Finally, I started kind of breaking through, like, Nazi punks fuck off. Like, I wore my Nazi punks fuck off shirt my first day of high school. I kicked out the first class, the first day of my first year of high school for wearing that shirt. So I was starting to like kind of understand and look at the lyrics and be like, okay, this isn't just aggressive music. These people are saying something. Because at first it was just, I just wanted aggressive music. Like I remember reading about, in Thrasher, reading about Napalm Death.
Yes.
And it's saying like, this is the fastest band in the world. I'm like, I need to find that. The fastest band, that's gotta be good. It's the fastest band in the world.
Yeah.
So I just wanted aggressive shit
Yeah.
to skate and destroy to.
But I mean, Dead Kennedy some way the lyrics are so relevant today. Like all those bands were talking about so much amazing things back then,
Yeah. And another huge band for me was MDC.
Fuck yeah.
The first MDC record, which
Bro.
is one of probably the top 5 best for me punk records of all time. And, all of that too. It was
Corporate Death Burger.
Corporate Death Burger, Ronald McDonald, like, and DK was talking about anti-corporate stuff.
For sure.
And talking about anti-racism. And
Yep.
my first show ever, first punk show and first show was MDC. So, it was like.
That's a great first one, man. Yeah.
It was. That was.
But all the lyrics and the shit's so ahead of the time, man.
Yeah.
And still relevant today. So many that record, dude.
I mean, yeah, Dave Dichter talking about being a cross-dresser.
Yeah.
And then being, so anti-white power skinhead, like had that song Skinhead.
Yep.
And at that show I went to, there was like a ton of white power skinheads there, and he didn't give a shit. And he was like egging them on, playing that song, and they like rushed the stage, try to pull him off the stage and like beat him down. And I was just like a kid going like, what the fuck? And being in my first circle pit and had my shirt torn off, and just had the rest of the night and like driving home in the back of a truck with no shirt on. I was like, yes, this is what's up.
I love this. Yeah, it's so weird how we're attracted to like insanity like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it was insanity because I'm like, I had never seen like white power skinheads before, and all of a sudden I'm thrust into this. And we were young, and everyone else was older than us and tougher than us and bigger than us.
Damn. I see Jello do the same thing in DC with the skinheads with like Sig Holly and Spit AM during Nazi Punks Fuck Off. He just kept playing it, man. He wasn't even scared, man.
Yeah.
It's not like he's a tough guy. He just doesn't give a fuck. He's just fearless.
Yeah.
So punk, man.
Willing to stand behind that message, even if it's, to the detriment of your life.
Yeah. So the straight edge thing really impacted you, and then were you like Xing up at school? Were you like full all about that life when you first really dived into it?
I was already dropped out at that point.
Okay.
We were Xing up just around town.
In the streets?
Yeah, in the streets, Xing up in the streets.
Everyday life.
I'm sure the podunk people from my town were like not understanding what that was supposed to be about. But yeah, like, and me and Nick 13, we were like, both of us just hardcore became like a really big deal. And I remember I got the Live at CBGB's Agnostic Front album.
Ooh.
And I was like, I don't know where I got it, but I just got out of the shower and I'm like, I'm gonna throw this on, see what this sounds like. And it was like Victim in Pain. And I was just standing there wet in a towel going like, oh my God. Like it was like blew me away. Listening to it now, it's like I'm so used to that music, but
sure,
it blew me away. I was like, what is this? This is the best thing I've ever heard.
It's a great live record, man. Classic, man.
Yeah. So that, that was a big record. And yeah, Nick and I got super into hardcore, and he had all those like Bold on vinyl and Youth Today and Judge on vinyl. And
damn.
Yeah.
So Influence 13, that was the first band.
Yeah. First band.
Yeah. How old are you then?
I was 17 maybe, and he was 16.
Are you living at home still?
Yeah, living at home, going to junior college.
Yep.
Nick and I are both going to junior college. He dropped out as well to go to junior college.
Okay.
So we were both kind of like smart kids that were into, not exploring our intellect really, just more into just playing music and skating and
were you working at the time too or no?
Yeah, I had various shitty jobs. Worked for my dad. I worked at like a little market in the cold case. freezing ass cold case, like stocking the shows.
Wow.
Because you have to stock them from behind.
Mm-hmm.
So you're in like a freezer basically, and like mopping the floor and stuff like that. So yeah.
Wow. And you guys start playing shows. Was it easy to get shows back then? Like
it was, we would play to like a party, but no one was there.
Yeah.
To roll up to a party, we'd basically be playing in a living room where no one was in there. So it'd be like a practice, just like the worst shows.
Backyard shows
with your friends. There's like 10 people. We didn't have very many real shows, but we had a couple. We got to play with Green Day. Like Green Day was like the local band at the time.
Crazy, dude.
Yeah. And Jawbreaker and stuff like those are all local bands.
Yeah.
Like when Bad Religion would come through, Green Day would be the opener because they were the local band. So,
for sure.
So yeah, we got to play with them, and we got to play a couple of real shows. We played like in Golden Gate Park at some like metal fest. But yeah, we didn't have any connections. We didn't know anybody. We didn't know how to get shows. So. And I think we were good. That band could have went somewhere, but Nick and I were the only ones that gave a shit.
Yeah.
And everyone else that was in the band were just, like our singer was this kid who was like, he's 16 on house arrest. And he would sneak out of his house to come to practice. And he was just a wild kid. And like, I remember we saw Agnostic Front at the Stone in like 89. I think it was like, right when Roger got out, and he was like long hair.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, this dude's, and he had the crucified skin on. I was like, this dude is next. Like, I don't know. I've never seen anybody.
It's so shocking back then. It's scary
for us because we were from a little town.
Yeah.
I loved Agnostic Front. And like, I had like a Giants, San Francisco Giants hat with an Agnostic Front patch on the back that I wore like every day for like 2 years.
Amazing.
But we went to that show, and it was like, there was a riot, of course, and
tons of skins for sure.
Tons of skins. There was like a dude who rolled up like a biker on a Harley with like swastikas like on the mirrors of his Harley parked right in front of the Stone. It was just like, and there was some sharp skins there too. So, and punks, and we were just like these kids basically. And so it was chaos in there. Everyone was fighting, and the show stopped. And I remember the guitar player, I think it was Matt Henderson, right?
Yeah.
Jumped into the crowd and like was
Henderson
fighting people, and I was just like, and after the show, our singer that was on house arrest, he went up to Roger and was like, "Can I come with you? Can I just leave town and get in your van and come like work for you?"
What?
Roger's like, "No, kid, get out of here. What are you talking about?" But yeah,
take me away. Damn, that's scary back then, being so young and going and seeing that stuff. Like,
yeah, because a lot of the shows we went to were in San Francisco, and around that in the 80s in San Francisco, it was like the War Skins and the Bash Skins and the Aryan Youth Movement. There was a lot of that. The White Power Skins were a huge presence there.
Deep, yeah.
Every show they would be there, and so it was always violent, and
something's gonna happen. Yeah.
Even like I saw Fugazi in 89, and like they were there. I'm like, what are these guys doing at Fugazi? They can't be here to see this, right? The music.
Just to start trouble, man. It's so crazy, man.
Yeah. And we were, luckily enough, we were such scrubs that we kind of flew under the radar.
Yeah.
So we didn't really ever have to get into that, but
you were like in the pit, like going crazy and pushing. Yeah, you weren't going wild.
We were going crazy in the pit,
yeah,
but no one really targeted us because
yeah.
they were like, we were kids. Why would they target us? And there was better targets than us.
But the whole skin thing was crazy. They'll go to different shows where the bands have no message about any of that lifestyle. It was so wild to me.
No, they just, they were there to fight and cause chaos. I guess that was the MO.
Yeah, Civ had a song called Soundtrack for Violence, and that's what it's about. That same type of thing. And just go there and just get their aggression out on people, and just, it was weird, man.
Yeah, it was a weird time to have my entree into live music and shows and stuff. I just thought that's how it had always been and will always be.
Mm-hmm. Redemption 87. How long does Influence 13 last? Oh, I think it was like 2 years.
A couple years, yeah.
You guys put a record out or demos out, or?
We did a couple demos. We never released any, not even a 7-inch.
Wow.
And it was crazy because Nick was such a good songwriter, even as a kid, like 16-year-old. Like his level of songwriting was so advanced, and he was so good already.
Yeah.
And we were influenced. It was weird. We were influenced by like Jawbreaker and stuff like that, but also we love thrash music like DRI.
Oh yeah.
And so we'd have this really melodic song, and then we'd have a song that sounded like DRI or like SOD or something. And so it was like a weird band, but it was fun.
Did your brother and sister go to shows too? Were they into the same type of music?
No, and like I said, my first show ever was a was MDC because most kids have like my first show. My parents took me to see AC/DC or Bryan Adams at the Enormo Dome, and I never had that because we couldn't afford it.
Yeah.
So my first live music experience was a punk show. So
it's crazy.
Yeah.
But Smith wasn't there. He wasn't going. It wasn't a different thing.
He was too young.
Yeah.
Like he didn't get into skating. He was more into hip hop and he was like a gangster. He hung out with the a lot of the kind of like Mexican and Native American kids that were like tough.
Gotcha.
And
in the streets.
He was like that. Like he was getting into fights and dangerous shit, like going in a direction that was way more dangerous than what I was doing.
What about your sister? What was she into?
She was into Jody Watley and stuff like that.
I love Jody Watley.
Yeah, Jody Watley's sick, and like La Trem and stuff like that. Okay. We like the cars that go boom.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's into stuff like that.
Redemption 87, that's 95. That's next up. So how does that start? And that's from 95 to 99 or something.
So I graduated, got my degree, and then Nick and I both graduated, and we both got into Berkeley. And so we went to Berkeley. We were roommates in the dorms.
Sociology degree, correct? You?
Social theory.
Social theory, okay.
Yeah, so we went to Berkeley, moved down there, and started going to, such a great scene in the mid-90s in Berkeley. So many great bands, like
Berkeley Square?
Berkeley Square, all the time. Gilman Street, of course.
Gilman Street, yes.
And then across the bay, there was Slim's and Trocadero and all those venues over there. And, the local bands were Swingin' Utters and Rancid and AFI and Screw 32. And there was just
Powerhouse back then? Maybe later.
Yeah. Right when we moved there, I wasn't aware of Powerhouse, but once I got into Redemption, then I was more clued into the local hardcore
Remember
scene.
The Pound? It was a crazy.
Oh yeah, the Pound was gnarly. Some dude drove his car through the front wall of the Pound and stole the PA.
Really?
Yeah. I remember coming out from a hardcore show, and I was standing outside, and I looked down the street, and about a block away, there's this dude, just this gangster dude standing under a street light because it was really dark, and then there'd just be these cones of light from the streets.
Yeah.
And he's just standing there with a gun, just firing it into the air, mad dogging me. And I was like, oh man, come on, I'm just here to see a show.
Was it Crazy Neighborhood or something? The Pound.
Yeah, it was in Oakland. It was in a gnarly neighborhood in Oakland.
Yes.
We used to Redemption rehearsed in Oakland, pretty deep Oakland, in this shitty. AFI also rehearsed there, but when I joined the band, but somebody had spray painted on the front "Honky Death."
Damn.
So we called it Honky Death, the practice pad. But yeah, it was it was gnarly down there.
Sketchy. And then how's Eric getting to the mix with Redemption? How do you guys meet, and how's that band form?
He I didn't really know. I had met him, but I didn't really know him.
Yeah.
And their guitar player had left, Scotty.
Mm-hmm.
And Nick and Davey, I call him Dave. I can't call him Davey. So if I say Dave, it's Davey.
Okay.
They were talking me up to him, be like, yeah, our friend Jade, he's really good at guitar. You should get him in your band. So he basically just was without even, I didn't audition or anything. He's just like, hey dude, you want to be in this band? And I was like, and I loved hardcore. I'd never been in a hardcore band. So I was like, hell yeah. And it was funny, around that time, I auditioned for Dance Hall Crashers.
Really?
The only band I ever tried out for.
Wow.
I don't even know how that came about, but I didn't get the job. But
wow.
Yeah, so
it's a great band.
It is a great band.
Were you bummed you didn't get that when you get the audition? Did you get bummed you didn't get it?
No, because they ended up immediately getting this dude Phil, who was their homie, and so he was in Limp.
I remember.
Yeah, which I loved Limp.
Yeah.
And so it was just that's the dude that should have been in the band anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And I, other than say Rancid or Op Ivy, I wasn't a ska guy.
Yeah.
Really. So it didn't really make sense anyway. Hardcore made more sense.
Yeah.
For me. So they got the right guy, and I got to be in the band that I should have been in, which is Redemption.
Which is a great band, a very underrated band, I think, for the listeners. You've ever checked out Redemption 87, Eric, incredible frontman, singer, everything.
Yeah.
Was he in another band before that, or?
He was in Unit Pride.
Unit Pride, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Was Mark in that? No, from Hard Stance.
I think that sounds right. I'm not sure exactly the lineup of that band, but that sounds.
That's right, Unit Pride, dude. Another underrated, legendary band back then.
Yeah, and Eric's he's one of the great frontmen.
Yes.
And he, his voice is like, very unique.
Very unique,
I mean,
man.
it sounds like Ray Capo, but it's also unique.
For sure.
Yeah. I think he got, I think he was very influenced by Youth Today and stuff. And he said he got out of the Marines and went over to the East Coast and was hanging out with the Youth Today guys in the 80s and like.
Oh, really, that makes sense.
Yeah. So, yeah, I got in that band and those dudes are really cool. And
you got in the band before it was even established, kind of? It was first starting? Was already the band already?
Yeah, it was established, I guess, because we were playing shows.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
A lot of the shows were, not, you had to drive a long way and play to a few people. But I was used to that. At this point, that was my whole life. I'd spent years already doing that.
Yeah.
Like I was always slogging it out. It was never easy.
So there wasn't like a fan base for that band, or did you guys end up having one before it was over? Did you guys start taking off and playing bigger shows?
A little bit. I think the hardcore scene in the Bay Area were fans of all the bands. So that was the fan base.
Local
they weren't
support.
your fan base. They were everyone's fan base. It was like Powerhouse and Redemption. Those are probably the two big ones. And then there was a ton of just like smaller bands.
Did you guys do like Europe tours and stuff like that?
No, I only did one tour, my first tour ever. And my first time on an airplane was we went to the East Coast and did like 2 weeks, maybe short tour with like In My Eyes and some bands over there.
Sick.
So that was cool. That was a definite experience. I think we stayed in Tim Inson's. We got over there and went and stayed in his parents' like basement or something.
In Jersey or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I'm sure Ensign played some shows too, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe so. We played a lot of shows with Ensign later. AFI
and
did.
Good Riddance too, I think too. Maybe there was AFI actually.
AFI played a lot with Good Riddance as well. Yeah, those dudes are rad.
So so you're in school when this band's going on too?
Yeah. I'm going to Berkeley at the time.
Playing with Redemption, you working a job, fucking just kind of.
Yeah, working off and on. Like I worked at a bookstore there because the students, when it was time for a new year to happen, all the students had to get books. And you're talking about a university as big as Berkeley. So they would hire tons of people just to sit at cash registers, like lines and lines of cash registers, because books were a big deal back then. Not anymore, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But so yeah, I would do that. It was a shitty job, but just whatever. I just wanted to play music, and
I
was going to school. I had student loans and stuff, so that was helping me kind of get through.
And at that point, I just want to play music still. Like I want to just keep playing music.
Yeah, I was in Loose Change, which is the band. Some local dudes from our hometown, Ukiah, that I was in. Playing, we're a pop punk band playing. I always loved pop punk, Descendants and Screeching Wheels and stuff like that. Yes. So it's just fun. And I always still do love that stuff. So that was kind of what we did. And then Redemption. Yeah.
And so Redemption's that's like till 99. Did a bunch of tours with them.
Less than that even, I think. Eric ended up quitting in like 97, I think.
That wasn't Self-Titled came out there. You dropped the Self-Titled record?
Self-Titled? I wasn't on Self-Titled. The first record was Scotty.
Okay.
And then I was on the second record.
All Guns Poolside?
Yes.
Okay. Which I think came out in 99, actually.
No, I think that one came out in 97.
Okay.
Because maybe they re-released it or something. Because
maybe they did.
I think Eric quit in 97.
Really? Okay.
And that record had already been recorded and was out.
And then who sang?
Nothing. We broke up.
Okay.
Yeah, because he was the guy that did everything, planned everything, had all the connections. Like, we didn't even think about continuing to go on without him.
Yeah. That's when the singer leaves, really much you can do. It's interesting.
Yeah.
It's hard to replace a singer.
Especially a guy like that who was kind of the voice and the face of the band. We could have went on. I don't think we even thought about it.
Yeah. Is he you in touch with him still today?
We have a new band. Me and Gary, who's the drummer of Redemption, and Eric, and this guy, Ryan. We have a band called Birdlegs, like hardcore band.
Oh shit!
Like old school hardcore.
Okay.
Yeah, we're putting a new record or an EP out on Rev.
Oh wow! This year?
Yeah, March.
Oh,
comes out in March.
Amazing, man! That's great news. Wow.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, they got a hold of me and they're like, "Let's do some music," and I was like, "I love those dudes," so it was like a chance to play with them again, and like
that's so cool.
Eric's voice sounds better to me. I went back and listened to the old Redemption, and I'm like, "Damn, his voice sounds better now."
Is he got kids and stuff like that? Is he?
Yeah,
nice.
He lives in Portland.
Oh wow!
He always whenever AFI goes through there, he's always come out and hung, and he's rad.
That's amazing, man.
Yeah. So yeah, I've never been on Rev before, so just that alone,
it's legendary, man.
Yeah, like getting your star. I'd never heard that until recently. It was like, so that to me, because Rev was such a big deal.
Yeah.
Because all the bands I loved were on Rev, so to finally have something come out on Rev is really cool.
It's so important. It's so iconic and so legendary, and there's so much love for that label. Like all the records we get into growing up came on that label. I remember Title Fight. It wasn't like in some bidding war. We were touring with them at the time in Japan. They said that their dream was just to like have a star on one of their T-shirts and be in Revelation. So they did a record with them after like a 7-inch or something.
That's cool.
Just to have it on the shirt and shit.
And I remember Eric was saying when we first started talking about doing a Revelation, he's like, Sammy.
Yep.
Is what he was talking to him about.
Yeah, because Sammy's kind of running it. Yeah.
Sammy from Bold? That's crazy. And from all these bands that I love.
All the bands he's still playing in now?
Yeah,
crazy,
to me, that dude was like a celebrity.
Dude.
Even now, I'm like, oh, shit.
Dude. Shout out to Sammy, man.
Yeah, those dudes are still, like, all those
They're
guys.
important.
They are.
Yeah, man.
And when I was young, those were like larger than life.
For sure. Dude, Sammy's playing now in Shelter, Rival Schools, Civ, Judge, Side by Side. Who else? 7 Seconds. And 7 Seconds, dude.
Damn.
He's always on tour, man. He's such a machine, and he's like he helped revive Revelation in a sense and do stuff with them. Yeah.
That's cool. 7 Seconds is still playing, huh?
Dude, and they sound amazing with Sammy on drums, bro.
I gotta go see that because I love 7 Seconds.
Love 7. Yeah, they sound amazing, dude. Kevin's voice is still like perfect.
Wow.
So that was a big one for you growing up, 7 Seconds?
Yeah. I even love, obviously Skins, Brains, and Guts and like the Crew and all that. But I love New Wind, man.
Me too, dude.
So good when it came out.
It's one of my favorite records, bro.
Yeah, because I love melodic stuff.
Me too.
Like you guys, like H2O, speaking of, like, I remember seeing you guys at the Berkeley Square for the first, I think you were turning on the first record.
Yep.
And hearing like 5 Year Plan, I'd be like, oh my God, I gotta write a song like this. Like this is next level. Like, cause
thank you, man.
Everything was aggressive, cause at the time I was, when Earth Crisis and Snapcase came out, that was huge for me.
Okay.
But you guys were doing this melodic thing that a lot of people weren't doing. I mean, there was, like Dag Nasty and stuff that was kind of in 7 Seconds.
Yep.
But at that time, it was all more like heavier stuff like Madball.
Yes.
And I was like, you guys were doing this super hooky. It was hardcore, but it was like really hooky.
Mm.
Yeah, I was like, and Redemption got to play with H2O too.
That's right.
Like,
yeah, for sure.
We came down here to LA and played a couple shows, and that was like really, really important to me because like you guys, I loved H2O. And that was when Mackie was playing drums for you.
Yes.
So I was like, oh my God, this is Mackie from the Cro-Mags. And he was like set up sideways on the stage. Yes. I was like, that is gnarly. I've never even heard of that before. And
awesome,
so,
thank you,
and
man.
Ezek was doing merch for you guys. Yeah. And I was like, it's like Ezek. And because I had a Mentally Vexed. Woo. And I was like, it's a killer record.
Killer record,
like,
right?
You got the dude from Crown of Thorns on merch. And you got Mackie, H2O. I was like, blowing my mind.
That was a weird lineup because Tarfin broke his wrist, so we had to get Mackie.
Yeah.
Because we were doing the White Lights, White Heat, White Trash tour. No, I'm sorry. No disrespect, no effects of social. That White Lights record for Social D? We opened up on that tour.
Okay.
And Mackie played drums for us. We said, please set up sideways. Please, like you're doing the Bad Brains. You set up sideways every night with the sunglasses on, dude.
Yeah, I was like, it was cool, man.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for that.
Yeah.
How do you get into AFI? Do you audition for AFI?
We grew up in the same town, so we'd always know, like, AFI and Influence 13 started at the same time, essentially. Okay. So we would just, we all skated.
All friends, yeah.
They were a little younger, so they were kind of scrubs to us, even though we were scrubs. They were like a more scrub level than we were. So we were cool with them, but
wow,
I think we probably thought we were cooler than them because we were into, we thought we were into more intense punk.
Okay.
We were better skaters.
Okay.
But yeah, so we knew them forever. And then when Nick and I moved to Berkeley, Dave was already living there, going to Berkeley. So he dropped out to continue to do AFI before I was in the band. Okay. And so my first semester, he and I actually had a class together at Berkeley, which was fun. I remember going in there and I always sat in the back because that was just my mentality from being a fuck up. You don't sit in the front. And he was like walking towards the front. I'm like, what are you doing? And he's like, we're going to sit in the front. I'm like, you're sitting in the front of the class? Like, who sits in the front of the class?
It makes sense, though.
Yeah, and he made me sit in the front of the class. It was
really? Wow.
I'd never in my entire life sat in the front. So, like, except when I was forced to because I was fucking up in the back and they made me sit in the front. But, yeah, so, like, it was cool to have, like, and then he dropped out of that. But we had a class together at Berkeley.
What class was it? Do you remember?
Deviance and Social Control.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sounds like a hardcore band's name.
Yeah, exactly.
So just from there, it was already a friendship, and then there's an opportunity for you to play guitar or whatever.
Yeah. So like I finished Berkeley, graduated. Redemption broke up. I was working in a smoothie shop. It sucked.
Damn.
Tried to like fight my boss.
You did?
Like, yeah, you fucking dick. He threw an orange like kind of at me.
An orange?
An orange, because it was a
Okay.
smoothie shop, so it was
Okay.
orange. He was pissed off about something, and I like squared up on him, and I'm like, oh, now I'm gonna get fired, because he backed down. But then I'm like, okay, there's no way I'm gonna continue working here. So now like I'm not going to school. I have no band. I have no job. So I moved back to Ukiah. It just sucked.
With your
man.
family?
Yeah, I live with my mom in a trailer park.
How old are you then?
20, I don't know, mid-20s, I
Okay.
guess. 25, maybe 24,
Back to the trailer park.
24, back to
Okay.
the trailer park, back to the meadows. Yeah, because my parents got divorced and then we moved to a trailer park. We moved from the shack to the trailer. So, but actually it was a step up.
I was going to ask you that.
It was a double wide.
Okay, yeah, that's okay.
It was
Yeah.
a double wide. And
Yeah.
yeah, so it was kind of like, it was sweet because it had a
Okay.
dishwasher. And I was
Nice.
like, I never had that technology before. Like we had no TV, you know? So it was like,
No
damn,
TV growing up.
No TV growing up.
Wow, dude.
And it was
There's
like,
no phones, there's no internet, there's none of that stuff.
no.
Just imagination, going outside, having fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like getting to watch TV was like once in a while. I got to watch TV like at like my cousin's house, and it was
Wow,
like
dude.
getting to watch Super Friends or something on Saturday it was so crazy when you didn't have TV. And like we had all healthy food because we couldn't afford real food, or we couldn't afford store-bought food really. Like we didn't have sugary cereals.
Was your mom cooking a lot?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Every meal was cooked. And so like getting to have some cereal like Lucky Charms or something was like next level. Getting to watch
was a
cartoons on
treat.
TV was like insane.
Mm.
So anyway, moving to the trailer, had a dishwasher. So I was like, that was the most insane technology to me. I was like, this is next level. We have a dishwasher.
I'm probably TV by then.
Yeah, we had a TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was really moving up. Anyway, so I moved back to the trailer. I was working at the junior college that I graduated from in the bookstore. So it was just kind of like this regression. You know, I had graduated from Berkeley, one of the best universities in the world.
Yeah.
Now I'm like living at home, working a dead-end job. And it just, yeah, it sucked. It was like about a year and a half. And it was kind of this, I didn't know what I wanted to do. Because my degree was in social theory, which is the sort of theoretical side of sociology.
Okay.
So it's like, there's no real application for that.
Mm.
You know, you can't go out and put that on your resume and be like, can I, will you hire me? And I did really well at Berkeley. And I was going to go to Yale because they have a
Wow.
program where you can go to graduate school at Yale if you get good enough grades. They have like a reciprocal program there. So I'm like, I'm going to go to Yale because I don't want to live in the real world. I'd rather keep going to school than have to, because I don't know what I want to do. So my plan was to try to get into Yale and get enough student aid to be able to afford it, because obviously I couldn't afford it. And I wanted to be a writer, so I was like submitting short stories and stuff, because I'm like, I'd always wanted to be a writer way more than I wanted to be a musician.
Okay.
But those are all kind of pipe dreams. Those aren't realistic paths for anyone. So, and then Loose Change, we did our first real tour. There was this band Diesel Boy that was on Fat Records.
Yeah, the band, yeah.
And they decided to take us on tour for some reason, even though we were nobodies and had nothing, no following, no presence, but they were doing a full tour of Canada. So we got in a van that our guitar player, who wasn't a mechanic, had redone the engine to, which we should have known was the danger right there. So we drove from California to Vancouver, all the way across Canada, and then into the States and all the way back, which is a very long, man, it's a long way.
That's crazy.
And, we started losing gears as the tour went on. Like first we lost second gear, and then we lost like third gear. And then at the end we lost reverse. So every time we stopped somewhere, we had to make sure we had like an exit strategy, because we couldn't reverse. So we had to make sure we could leave by going forward, like when we went into like a parking lot or something. And it was just like exhaust coming from the engine up through these holes in the floor. And we couldn't afford a hotel, obviously.
Yeah.
We didn't know anybody, so we couldn't go stay at people's houses.
Damn.
Just touring across Canada with, we didn't know anybody. So we would just drive for hours at night and then just pull over on the side of the road in the darkness and then just all sit in our seats upright and go to sleep because, a lot of people, they tour in a van, they have like the bunk things.
Oh,
set up.
yeah.
We didn't have that. We didn't have any room. It was just all of our stuff. And so we would just pull over in the darkness and close your eyes and go to sleep sitting up
Brutal,
in the same position you'd been driving in for hours.
Was it the winter out there or no? That would have been
No, it was summertime.
That's good.
Yeah. But
wow, dude.
It was, but I didn't know any better. I thought this is how a tour is, and I was excited. I was like, this is rad.
It is in the beginning.
Sucks.
Yeah.
I got like strep throat, and I was like, yeah. But it was fun because when you're young, you can do anything, and everything's exciting, and it's
sure, all brand new. Yeah.
So nowadays, I'm horrified to do something like that, but because I'm pampered now. But
imagine going back in a van. Yeah.
So we did that whole tour. And then came back, and I was like, fuck, back in the trailer park, man. Like, And so AFI were leaving on this tour with Good Riddance, and they were going to be gone for 6 weeks. And I'm like, can I live? To Dave, I'm like, can I live in your room? Because they all lived in this, basically a squat, but it was like a squat where you had to pay rent.
Okay.
So it was like, you had to live in squat conditions, basically, but you had to pay rent. It was like a decommissioned frat house.
Okay.
It was just a broken down, shitty house. And you lived in this room that we called the Clavet because it was like a cross between a closet and a cave. It was this tiny, tiny room. It was like just enough room for a one-person bed, and you could walk by the side of it.
Gotcha.
It was a closet, essentially, he lived in. So I lived there while he was on tour, and I knew that when he got back from tour, I had to leave because there was not room for 2 people to live in there.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, what am I going to do? This is like it. This is the end. I've got no exit strategy, no plan here. And I literally just was like, I got no options. And then he comes back, and the day he came back, he like sat me down. He's like, hey man, we just kicked out our guitar player. Do you want to play guitar for AFI? And it was like this like divine intervention came down at the one time I needed it.
Yeah.
Because I had nothing else. I had no other options. And that day we sat down and started writing songs together for what would be Black Sails. So yeah, it worked out. I think for both of us, it worked out really well. And for me, I don't know what I would have ended up doing had I not been asked to join that band,
Yeah. And you joined the band. It brought a whole different tone and writing to the band too. I think sound,
It did, because the guy that they kicked out was the primary songwriter. He wrote all the music. And so whoever they brought in, like I say, I think we helped each other because they could have got anyone.
Totally.
And whoever they got could have been some other kind of sounding band that didn't work, or somebody they didn't get along with.
Mm-hmm.
And AFI could have went in a direction that they could have broke up or whatever.
Totally.
But Dave and I immediately worked so well together, and it just clicked. We were already, we were friends, but that's a different thing from sitting down and writing songs with someone.
Totally.
And being able to do it. And so, yeah, it worked immediately. We just
started writing songs for Black Sails immediately.
Yeah, that day we wrote the first song, which was Malice Malficarum off that, which was kind of like my riff on like an Ignite song. Because I love like Calling My Brothers. Like, that's such a good record.
Such a great record.
But yeah, so.
Was that the first record on Nitro too?
Not there. They had already had 3.
Oh, Nitro. Okay.
3 records on Nitro. Yeah.
Yeah. Strength of Woundies on the Dam. Some big ones on that first one. I mean, the Black Sails when you're on. That's like a game changer for them too, for you guys too.
It was a big watershed for us too, because it was such a different sounding record. Because they had already been doing every record. They had 3 records at that point. The first one was like more kind of pop punky.
Yep.
And then the next one was punk with some kind of melodicness, and then the third one was very hardcore.
Yes.
Way less accessible. And then Black Sails was even a different thing.
Totally.
So people think that we change a lot. They've been changing since day one.
Yeah, slowly changing, yeah. And so was the fans for that? Do you remember, was it accepted really well? Were people kind of shocked by it when it came out?
Yeah, it was. People were always like that with AFI. Even before I was in the band, I remember on the previous record, Shut Your Mouth and Open Your Eyes, which I think that title came from something that somebody from Sick of It All said, by the way, just as a side note. Like Craig or...
Deep cut.
Or maybe it was Pete.
Okay. One of those guys would say that for sure.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I remember it was right when message boards started on that record.
Oh yeah.
And I remember going on message boards and
Bridge
seeing
9 board.
Yeah, like just all these boards and seeing people talking shit about AFI because of that record and being like, this doesn't sound like very proud of you. And I was getting so pissed off on their behalf, even though I wasn't in the band. I was like, these motherfuckers, because I wasn't used to trolls and shit talking online because it was the first time I had really witnessed it.
Dude.
Nobody was. Yeah, it was all new. So it was
That shit sucked.
It was making me so pissed off. It's like, who are these people, that are coming from my friends? And so, yeah, every record's been like that. It's always people get shocked by it. And so Blaqk Sails was no different, but like we got a lot of metal magazines were like, this is a fucking great record. And
wow.
Like, why metal? There's no metal to this in my mind. Like, but yeah. And then we went on tour on that record and the response was just so good. I mean, it wasn't like we were selling out arenas, small shows, but it was like people loved it. And we were already starting to feel that really fervent fan base thing happening.
Yeah, I feel like with every AFI record, you guys change up a little bit, and I always love that about the band. Not afraid to try different things, different influences and sounds, right?
Yeah, I
feel like the fans should know by now that every record's not going to sound like the last record.
They do, but there's plenty of people that are still some dude, that stopped listening to the band 30 years ago.
Oh yeah.
Well, to this day, we'll jump on the comment section and be like, they used to be good. They used to be good when they were punk. It's like, dude, man, when are you going to give it up, bro? It's been a minute. We're not going to,
Yeah. Do you care about comments like that or care about people saying things about the band?
No, because on one hand, I know that it's just kind of troll behavior.
It's just
like,
noise, dude.
This person doesn't listen to AFI. They just will probably, every time they see AFI mentioned, will be like, they used to be good.
Yeah.
They'll do the stock comment. And on the other hand, bands that I love, I feel the same way about. So, I can't be a hypocrite. Like The Cure, they're still releasing great records, which is crazy.
They are.
But I started listening to The Cure when I was like 12 years old. And I want The Cure to sound like they did then.
Yeah.
Even though that's not fair to them because they're not those same people.
They're not.
But I can't help it as a fan to be like, that's when that music meant so much to me and it really affected me. So I want them to sound like that just selfishly. Totally. So I understand the mentality of fans being like, I wish you sounded like X. I wish you sounded like that record because that's when a time in your life and you were a different person and that record meant so much to you. And so I'm not going to shit on that.
But the new Cure record's really good.
It is.
Dude, it's so good.
It is. And like amazingly, like bands like The Cure and Deftones and stuff that just
Deftones,
have been around so long and are just still leveling up or still.
And almost bigger than ever, the Deftones too. They
are bigger than ever.
Amazing.
We have the same management. They are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your record's great. Chino's all hell. It's just so good, man.
Yeah. Those dudes are
love them so much.
So good and such cool dudes and just doing it right. And, I feel like they're getting good karma because it's just being good people and,
Yeah, dude, and making great records too and, doing cool things. And I saw them with The Cure a couple years ago and I went on stage to watch the Deftones and Robert Smith was standing right next to me watching the Deftones. Like, holy shit, that's awesome.
Yeah.
We checking them out.
Right before December Underground came out, MTV did this thing where they were doing basically a tribute to The Cure. Okay. And The Cure got to choose 4 bands,
dude,
to come fly to London and do Cure covers while The Cure was sitting there in this little club, and it was like us, Blink-182, Deftones, and this band Razorlight from
wow,
the UK.
Dude.
Yeah, so we went over there and we're like, it's on MTV, so it's stressful because you're being filmed, and then you go out on stage. And the whole Cure is sitting in the front row of this tiny, tiny little club while you're playing their song, watching you is is intense. Yeah.
Was it your first time meeting The Cure?
Yeah.
Wow, dude.
But Robert is a really nice dude.
That's what I heard, man.
He's such a cool dude. And I did a remix for them a little after that. And so I got to correspond with him a little bit. And he's just a nice dude. And he's always, yeah.
That's so cool, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know he's definitely a fan of you guys for sure.
Yeah, he's put us on shows before, and he's always been.
It's got to be a little surreal too, growing up loving them, having a Cure tattoo, and
it's still.
Does he know about your tattoo?
I don't think so, but yeah, but still, even having talked to him, I still feel like he's this unreal person.
And he still looks so cool and magical, and just
he's not a real person. He's just like a demigod, It's
so true.
Yeah.
I saw him last time he played. His wife was on the side of the stage. He dedicated a song to her. It was like so beautiful and fucking. Still got the hair and the lipstick, all that shit.
And his voice sounds incredible.
Incredible,
and
man.
they play for like 3 hours.
Yes,
I don't even know how he does it.
Yes.
It's inhuman that he can still. I mean, they've been around since the 70s.
I know, man. Incredible, man. There's no one else like the Cure, dude. It's like just like that's one of your faves of all time, right?
Oh, absolutely. Like when I first heard, that was another kind of game changer, watershed. You know, you have those parts. You know, we've all had them in our life where you hear something, you hear a song, you hear a band, and your life kind of like, or your musical life at least, maybe your whole life goes in a different direction because
Totally.
it just blows you away on such a fundamental level. Mm-hmm. Like I've had a couple of those, like the Agnostic Front, hearing Victim in Pain, like, you know, it's like that for whatever reason was just like, oh my God. And like when I heard the first Rancid 7-inch, first song on the first Rancid 7-inch, I'm Not the Only One.
Okay.
I had never heard anything like that. And I was just like, holy shit, what is this? This is fucking crazy. Because what they were doing was just, no one was doing it like that.
Yeah.
And that was a big one for me too. Like, hearing
one of the greatest, man. Rancid, dude.
Absolutely.
Dude.
I mean, yeah.
Of all time, man, for me. Like top American punk bands of all time.
Oh, of course. Yeah. 100%.
Fuck. And they're like a local band for you growing up, kind of. So it's like,
yeah, I mean,
boys.
Seeing them, like even before Lars was in the band, like, you know, seeing them play local shows, like, with like not that many people there.
Yeah.
I mean, they got big pretty quick, and rightfully so, but
for sure,
what they were doing, like seeing them at Gilman Street, and they would, like, when after Lars got in the band, you know, the verses would be like really punk aggressive, and then it would just explode into these melodic choruses, and Matt, Lars, and Tim would all be singing across the front, and it was so powerful.
So powerful. And
that really influenced me a lot, you know, like with what I did with AFI, because it was kind of like a gang vocal, like hardcore.
Sure.
But it was melodic. And so it was even that much more powerful because it wasn't just shouting an atonal word.
Yeah.
It was like big vocal, but doing it melodically with a hook to it.
For sure.
And like Rancid was like kind of the first, they kind of invented that.
And they all complement each other so well.
Yeah.
Even the Freeman songs are great. Just the Lars songs. And then together, it's
and their voices are so different. But
so different,
together,
man.
You know, like Tim's voice versus Matt's voice is like, they're so far apart. And I think Lars kind of sits in the middle and glues it together. Yeah. So yeah, that was a big one for me too.
Yeah. The Blaqk Sails, you guys tore a lot on that record? Like pretty hard on that record?
We did a full US tour, and then Sick of It All took us to Europe. My first time going to Europe.
Wow. You guys split a bus with them?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Wow. That must have been crazy.
Yeah. Like, I mean, Sick of It All, you know, are so important to AFI.
I know.
And so supportive. Rancid too, but
yes,
you know, like my first time going to Europe was Sick of It All, and like they didn't need to do that. They didn't need to take us out. They just were supporting a young band.
Yeah.
Like we didn't have any following in Europe. They weren't taking us over there for tickets.
Wow.
They were taking us over there because they liked AFI.
Yeah.
And yeah, we got to share a bus with them, and then they also took us out. They did the Life on the Ropes tour.
Yeah,
it was like Indecision, Hot Water Music, AFI, and Sick of It All, which is a pretty progressive bill. I mean,
it is.
You know, that's not Hot Water Music and AFI with crazy. Indecision. Yeah, and it was a great tour, and it was such a fun tour because those dudes are. I mean, you know,
oh yeah, I
don't have to tell you how entertaining those guys are.
For sure, especially Craig, dude.
Yeah, I mean, all of them, but Craig obviously
storytellers. Yeah,
legend, but. You know, you grew up on the East Coast.
Yep.
So you grew up with that kind of energy.
The ball breaking, all that
and
kind
the
of
ball
shit.
breaking.
Yes.
And those kind of personalities. But from us, being from a small town, Northern California, like, I remember on that Life on the Ropes tour, I had this little notebook and I would just write down stuff Craig said. Because he would just kick this wisdom or just say this wild stuff. And it was so hilarious to me. And those dudes they would just, I remember we were playing this show and Lou had like a wireless mic.
Yeah.
And so Craig was in a stall in the bathroom because, he probably, had some butterflies before.
Yes.
And so him and our mom were going back and forth at each other, just like roasting each other so hilariously, like better than any Comedy Central roast. And Lou took the mic and turned it on and like put it over the top of the stall. And it was on in the PA. It's like sold out show.
Oh my God.
I was going through the PA, those dudes roasting each other. And the crowd, you could hear the crowd just like LOLing. From the backstage, yeah.
Wow, man.
Those dudes are so rad.
Yeah, dude, they're fucking shout out to Lou, man. I've been texting with him, keeping in touch with him right now. He's going through it.
Yeah, I know.
It's really hard to see that and see the videos and just giving him love and all that stuff, positivity and stuff, you know?
Yeah, it's devastating.
It's crazy to see. But yeah, Sick of It All, yeah, big part of my life, obviously, and you guys too. I remember actually maybe even hearing about AFI probably from Sick of It All maybe back then, for
Maybe,
sure.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Brought you guys around. Then did you guys ever take them out later on?
Yeah, we played some shows with them.
Yeah.
We always felt weird, like
Of course.
playing over them.
Respect and legend and all
It's
that
like,
stuff.
how can we
Mhm.
headline? I don't care if we're at our peak playing arenas.
Yeah.
How can we play over Sick of It All?
Mhm.
First of all, you don't want to play after Sick of It All.
Fuck no.
Like one of those bands, you don't want.
Totally.
You don't want to play after Slayer. You don't want to play after Sick of It All.
Or,
you
yeah,
know?
for me, you don't play after Madball or Terror ever, dude.
Yeah, you don't want to play after Slipknot.
Yes.
You don't want to play after System of a
Or
Down.
play before Slayer either. I heard it's bad. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any of that. Although I did see Sick of It All and Slayer.
Really?
Yeah, they toured with Slayer and
Oh,
Meshuggah.
Damn. Sick of It All did good, probably, I'm sure.
They did. It was a weird show. There's like Klansmen there. Like not just skinheads,
I
but
believe it,
like
man.
Klansmen. It's like I saw a dude with a Klan tattoo. Yeah, but yeah, they held their own.
I think Hatebreed's one of the main ones that really held their own with them.
Yeah.
From what I hear, opening for Slayer. Yeah, it's hard, though. The crowds are hard.
Yeah, I mean, or we played with System of a Down, like less than a year ago in Brazil.
Oh, you played that show out there? I saw
Yeah.
footage of that. It was insane.
Yeah, we played that show. It was 80,000 people.
Dude.
And I was thinking, like, I had always told myself never play with System of a Down because you just don't want to do it. They're too.
You played before them?
Yeah.
Okay. But
we,
the crowd.
we headline over them. Yeah.
Okay. They're huge right now, too, again.
They're bigger than they haven't put out a record since 2005, and they're bigger than they ever were.
Did you get nervous on that show?
No, I don't really get nervous anymore. It's like
Yeah.
whatever's going to happen is going to happen.
Totally.
I don't want to get bottled, but
yeah,
you
fuck
know,
that.
but whatever's going to happen, you know, I've been doing it long enough now where I just kind of take it in stride. We
But
played
that's a big one, though.
that is a big one. It was fun though. It was
Yeah.
cool. Yeah. I mean,
You met those dudes? Were they cool?
yeah,
That's cool.
those dudes have always been cool and like really talented guys. And yeah, it was cool.
That's a big one. 80,000 though. Fuck, dude.
Yeah, we've been playing some stadium. I don't know why, but we went down to Mexico, Lincoln Park, right before that.
That's cool.
And played 3 shows, like 60,000 people.
Dude.
So, yeah, and so we kind of like,
They sound great, though. I went and saw them here at the Forum. I was blown away, man.
yeah,
Blown away by the sound and the singer. Emily's killing it, man.
yeah. And those dudes, man, they took us out on tour in 2014, and they were just. We've done.
Bunch of stuff with them.
Well, no, we just done a lot of support tours, you know.
Okay.
And they were just. They could, you know, some bands aren't nice. Some bands don't give a shit. They give a shit, and they were so nice and made sure that we were taken care of.
That's
and that we
awesome.
were comfortable, and they're just real dudes.
That's
like
cool. I love to
Chester
hear
and
that.
Mike, and like, yeah,
That's awesome. Yeah, it's just cool coming from where you're coming from, the scene growing up, and then like hearing Agnostic Front and loving these bands. All of a sudden, the band is so big, and you're playing with these kinds of bands too. It's in a different world, you know.
yeah. It was wild going, you know, joining AFI, and we're doing, you know, the van tours where we're sleeping on floors and
Yeah. When do you get to a bus? Out of drowning? Do you get to a bus?
no,
Maybe in the Warped Tour, split a bus.
We did a bus on the Warped Tour, but
Yeah.
it was kind of like, it didn't really feel like a real bus because you can't really do a whole Warped Tour in a van. I mean, it's hard.
It's brutal.
You
dude.
could do
I've
it.
tried. It's brutal, man.
We did part of Warped Tour in a van. And
Then the Winnebago ones, yeah.
we did it in like a van, and it wasn't cute.
No, it's not. Those overnight drives and playing early the next day, possibly, and all that stuff.
because
Yeah.
you got to be there because you don't
No
know.
matter what,
you could be
dude.
the first band.
Doesn't matter how many records you sold. None of that shit.
Yeah, so you got to be there, and so those drives are freaking brutal.
Was that your first bus? Was the Warped Tour in the U.S.?
Yeah, so Art of Drowning, we did a bus, and like our first bus, of course, was the shittiest bus.
Old Eagle bus or something?
It was a Eagle bus,
Yeah, those
exactly.
old.
And the dude, there's no AC, and the dude brought his mechanic with him on tour. So you already know why do you got to bring your mechanic on tour?
Yeah.
And of course, it broke down the first day,
Damn, dude.
and we had to abandon that bus and get a different one. But yeah, it wasn't really till Sing the Sorrow that we were on a bus. Now
I mean, the art of Drowning. That's a pretty big one too. 2000.
it was. We kind of like we're just steadily getting bigger. You
Days
know,
of the Phoenix.
as we went along.
Incredible song. And Lost Souls was like the singles kind of off there.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was like I remember even like just seeing you guys from afar, because we were obviously touring too, and just hearing about AFI, then seeing. So I was like, this is crazy, man. It's awesome though. But it wasn't like overnight type of shit. Each record, like you said, just kept going and going, right?
Yeah, very gradual. It wasn't really till, I guess, Sing the Star that we were kind of any kind of mainstream.
I mean, that shit went platinum.
Yes. So that was more, we signed to a major.
Yeah,
on that
you're on DreamWorks on that one. Girls Not Grey, The Leaving Part 2, banger, Silver and Cold. Mainstream success, that one. But Art of Drowning, you toured on for like maybe 2 years or 3 years, it seems, because it was 3 years in between the record.
We did like
grinded on that one.
We did a big tour with Rancid, took us out in Distillers. That was like one of my favorite tours ever.
Dude, that's a great package, man.
Yeah, that one and the Life on the Ropes tour was Sick of It All are like two of my favorite tours we've ever done. Yeah,
that's awesome. Yeah, is that like a long tour in the U.S.?
Yeah,
yeah.
It's like 7 weeks, I think.
Damn, love fucking Distillers too, man. Damn, man. That's a great tour. That's a great package.
Yeah, it was fun.
So Sing the Star. So leaving Nitro, was that a hard decision? Was that just like, we want to try something different?
It was not a good situation.
Okay.
Okay. I'm not gonna really, go.
You don't have to. Yeah.
It, but it was like that whole situation of us going to a major, and the sort of event surrounding that was like the worst thing that ever happened to the band.
Okay.
Like to this day.
Damn. Okay.
And it's not like we were like trying to get out of, like we were trying to leave and go on a major.
Yeah.
We were getting what we thought was a blessing to do it.
Okay.
And it was just a bad situation.
Gotcha.
And it was tough and it sucked. But it was a learning experience and taught us some lessons about, because we came
from the
from
record industry and the biz and all that stuff.
Yeah, because we came from the punk scene, the hardcore scene.
Totally.
We were all on the same team.
Yeah.
It's like, the rising tide lifts all ships.
Yeah, for sure.
Like if you're doing good, that makes more of a chance for me to do good.
100%, dude.
And like, we're all in this together.
Yes.
We're going to help each other out. And then you kind of like get this experience where, oh, damn, like it's not all like that. It's different. You start playing these other waters, it's a little different.
Yeah, I felt the same way being on Epitaph, because there was so much success before we got on Epitaph, us and the Bouncing Souls. Like, I was happy for the Offspring and Green Day and all these bands, Rancid, that were blowing up, because one, they were my friends, and two, all that trickled down to us being on Epitaph. It all helped each other, man, with promotion, with getting your name out there, with different tours, with everything. We all helped each other.
100%.
I believed in that too, for sure. Especially on Epitaph, because we left for a major, and Brett's like, gave us his blessing. He's like, you're always welcome back.
Yeah, that's cool.
We did one album on a major, and then the whole industry thing crushed. Like MCA went away and like got demolished, and then we got let go of our. We were so lucky, dude, to get off a major like that.
They didn't.
It's hard to get off that shit.
They didn't try to. How many records were you?
A bunch, but we only did one.
So they just let you out.
Yeah, we still own probably tons of money. I mean, the photo on the back of the record cost more than the making of our last record on that Epitaph too. Just the photo shoot and the artwork and shit. Man. It's crazy.
I mean, it's fun to take that shot though.
Totally.
Because then you can say, I did it, I tried it.
Exactly. And we caught a lot of shit for it. The message boards had just kicked off, Sell Out this, before they even heard the album.
Of course.
Did you guys catch shit back then? Probably,
but I was never that dude that cared about. I was the same as you. It was like, I remember hearing Bad Religion on the radio or seeing them on TV in the 80s and just being excited. This is a band I love, and look, they're like on TV.
Yeah.
That is rad. And some bands like Jawbreaker that just got so devastated by when they signed to a major and like everyone turned on them.
Damn.
And I just never had that mentality of like that sellout thing.
I hate that shit, dude.
Elitist kind of attitude towards bands that just want to get better and get bigger.
Bro, I saw the Cro-Mags for the first time on MTV. They were far from sellouts. They were the realest, scariest skinhead band ever.
Oh, yeah.
And they were on Headbangers Ball. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how I found out about it. I mean, I knew nothing about them back then, So that's how I found. But yeah, like, it's so weird that the whole sellout thing, it's like, okay, yeah, we're not playing to 5 people in your basement no more. And I get it. Like you were saying, like, I love the old Cure shit, and it reminds me of this shit, and people would want to find out things before other people. I found them first, and I saw them first, and now they're on TV. Fuck them. They don't care about us anymore. It's this weird thing where people think they kind of own your... I don't know. I would always want my friends to succeed,
I understand that mentality where it's like this thing that's so special to me.
Totally.
That only the people that are in the know about this.
Totally.
Me and my friends. And now every dipshit knows about it in my school, and they don't even like.
Every jock is slam dancing now.
They don't even like this kind of music, and now they're listening to my band. And I understand. I understand that, and that's that's valid. But you can't hate the band for that.
No,
the band is just trying to improve and move forward and succeed, and that's not selling out.
And get the message to more people.
Yeah. How would you have known about the Cro-Mags? I mean, maybe you would have found out about the Cro-Mags.
Yeah,
but
maybe, but
that's
still.
how you found out about them.
Totally.
Yeah. So
Were you nervous going to a major?
Not really, because it was such an exciting time.
Yeah.
And like as a songwriter, I felt like I was so on and like in a way I'd never been, and so inspired, and like everything was just, and Davey and I writing together, and the whole band, everyone was just on. It was So it was all except for the situation of leaving Nitro.
Yeah.
Like everything was. It was so exciting and fun and creative and positive that I was just like, I didn't even think about like this could fail.
Yeah, and you felt no pressure to write an album that was going to be on a major, or you were excited for it?
No, and that's a good thing, because that is a trap that a lot of people fall into when you start trying to write hits and you start trying to write for radio, or you start thinking that way. And luckily we still had the kind of underground mentality when we were writing that record. Yeah, because we wrote actually most of it. In fact, almost the whole thing before we signed.
Oh, okay, it was already done. Okay.
Yeah. Except like I wrote Girls Not Gray, like I think after we had already signed.
That's crazy. Before you signed, yeah.
But yeah, so like and the label had they didn't try to put their finger in, they didn't try to tell us you need another hit
or change your sound or none of that shit.
No input. And that's what was great about DreamWorks is that's why they started that label. It was like such a bunch of cool creative people, and it was like the president was Mo Austin, who signed like Sinatra, like Prince.
Wow.
And like, so he's an old school record dude, but like a really cool one. And it was just
that's cool, man.
Yeah. And so, and our A&R guy, the guy that signed us, Luke Wood, who ended up being like a really, let's say, a close friend of ours. He was a real music dude. And so we got lucky, I think.
Did you know when the first singles came out and just the response that it was going to be that big, and did it sell that fast? Did you go platinum pretty fast with that record?
We debuted at like number 5 on Billboard. So we already knew.
Damn, dude.
Like this is pretty big. We didn't go into it with any expectations. We never did. We never thought, okay, we're on a major now. That means we're big. That means we're famous. That means we're rich. It was just kind of like, this is just a different label putting our band out. Yeah. And of course you have more of a possibility of those things happening. But
totally, radio and all that stuff. Yeah.
It was, everything that happened was just like a new wow.
Were songs on the radio when you were on Nitro? Like college radio or something, baby? Or fucking, I don't know.
Days of the Phoenix got a little bit.
Yes.
I think maybe K-Rock played it a few times.
That makes sense for sure, yeah.
But it wasn't in like actual rotation. So no.
And some video play maybe somewhere. Yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
That was the first video I made with AFI, was Days of the Phoenix. So
wow.
We made one for Total Immortal, but it was kind of like a kind of lo-fi DIY one.
So you guys drop a single before Sing the Sorrow comes out? The single and video comes out first?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we, like Butch Vig co-produced the record. So
cool.
It was already,
Pro. It's cool working with him?
Yeah. He's
such a legend.
He's such a nice dude. He's like this Midwestern, just super cool, really relaxed, chill dude. And Jerry Finn, who was really even more instrumental to the story of AFI, co-produced that, and then
rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace, Jerry. And he produced December Underground, our next record.
Okay. Yeah, but working with what'd you say his name was again? I forgot his name. What did you say before, Jerry Finn?
Butch.
Yeah, sorry,
Butch Vig.
Legend. Like, did you pick him? Did you want to work with him too? Was he like a bucket list person for you?
Yeah, I mean, we didn't actually pick him because we didn't think. I mean, he made Nirvana Nevermind. He made
crazy,
Siamese Dream. He made, he was a legend. He was in Garbage, which, a big band in its own right. So our A&R guy, Luke, he had the vision of like,
that's cool.
Let's put these two. Jerry was a big producer too.
Totally, man.
I mean, he did Outcome the Wolves, so,
Perfect album, dude.
He did Jawbreaker, Dear You. He mixed that record at least. I think he produced it too. But anyway, he had done these records that we loved. And so Luke had the idea, let's put these two dudes together, which was like, usually that didn't work that way.
Yeah.
You get one producer.
It was a great match though. Yeah.
Yeah. And so.
Did you record that in California?
Yeah. We recorded it in LA.
And then you toured on that one. It seems for like maybe like it's like 3 years in between that and the next record though.
Yeah. We did a lot of touring.
Did you start doing MTV stuff and different kind of radio shows and all kinds of?
Oh yeah, so
that shit,
a lot of radio shows,
and
a lot of we won a VMA on that one,
yeah,
which was
dude.
cool. So going to the VMAs and like,
damn, bro.
we were on tour in Europe, and our manager was like, "You guys should go to the VMAs because like they kind of give you a hint that you might win. They're like basically like you should be there." And so we had to fly from Europe like overnight, go to the VMAs, and then fly right back to Europe. But it was
Brutal.
like we won, so it was cool.
That's fucking
At least we
awesome,
didn't fly
man.
there and lose.
Yeah. Is that record with record sales? Does this record change your life, not just financially, but maybe like where you live in? Does it like being recognized? Does it change your life in a sense or no?
No, not me, because I grew up poor. I grew up with nothing,
Yeah,
and growing up with nothing changes your mentality.
for sure.
Not everyone, but a lot of people. You always have that fear.
Yeah,
And so, like, I wasn't like, oh man, I got a big check. I'm going out to buy a Bentley, or
of course I know. Maybe like a house or apartment or something.
No,
Yeah.
like
Okay.
I lived in the same shitty apartment in Berkeley, driving my Civic that I bought.
Just to put money in the bank, you're just chilling. Yeah.
Yeah, and like when I bought that Civic, I never had a new car before, so it took all my money, which is like a great financial move to use all your money to buy a car, but it was Civic, so it worked out fine.
Amazing.
But, so I just, I still am like that. I've been driving the same Honda Accord for 17 years. I just
wow,
don't.
bro, that's fucking amazing.
Like, I
man.
could buy a nice car. I can afford it, but I just...
So none of this shit changed you or phased you? None of that? None of it?
No, it just doesn't... I don't never care. I never cared about having fancy stuff.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Totally.
I'm not a monk where I'm like, I really wish I could get a new car, but I better not. I better not do it. I better
But you're
not
not
buy
a
it.
materialistic person either.
No, I don't care about nice clothes. I don't have any, I'm straight edge, so I don't have any expensive habits.
Yeah.
I
No fancy watches and jewelry.
I don't wear watches. I don't, I don't have any expensive habits.
What's the nicest thing you bought yourself, you think?
House.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah. But that came well later.
Yeah,
So
but that's for family and for life. That's incredible. Owning property somewhere, it's incredible.
yeah. And my wife kind of like, I probably would have not even done that if my wife wasn't like, come on, dude.
It's a great, smart investment, though.
It is smart. And I have a kid now too. So
Yeah.
it's like, at
It's
some
some
point,
real adult shit, though.
yeah. Yeah. I had to,
Grown-up shit.
I had to grow up finally. So
But that's cool. Like, you seem super chill and obviously humble, but like, this is, for you, it's just like I'm putting these records out, all this stuff's happening all around you, but you're still, being you and just grounded. And,
yeah, I think all of us, because of where we came from,
for sure.
it wasn't about the money and it wasn't about the MTV or the radio
Yeah.
or the fame. It was just about the music, and it always was. I know it's kind of a cliche thing to say, but it is true, and it was always our motivator was that, and the other stuff that came along with it was just kind of like this icing on the cake, but not important.
Yeah. You weren't looking for it or asking for it. Yeah,
No,
yeah.
and it was never important.
No. It's crazy the perspective of bands, though, when people think, because these record success are like, they're so big and they're so rich and they're living in these places. And you know what I mean? People don't know the story of the people. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Such
you
a
look
facade, dude.
Yeah, look at your celebrity net worth online and see how wrong it is.
I've seen it. I've done it before. It's fucking
Yeah.
so weird.
It's like, I wish that was true.
Dude, it's so off, dude.
I know. It's like, where are you getting this? Like, please let this be true.
Makes me think ChatGPT is off, too.
Oh,
Because I've already asked you one thing on here that was wrong from ChatGPT.
it's so wrong.
I double check shit on there. It's fucking
It's
bullshit.
so wrong. It really pisses me off.
Do you use it a lot or no?
I was building recently a new guitar rig, and so it's building it yourself is really complex.
Yeah.
And it's a complex guitar rig. So I'm like, there's these routings, these really complex routings. I'm like, this would be a good thing to ask this program. Let me see what this thing can do. Because, I could be like, hey, if I need this cable to go from here to here, what's the best way to do it? And it like was wrong so much and wasted so much of my time that it pissed. I was like, this thing's worthless.
Yeah.
It's fucking thing.
I know.
I could have done it myself.
It's crazy because you can Google stuff and then chat and it's totally different.
Yeah. Because it just scrapes a lot of info from Reddit. It's like where a lot of where those learning models.
Do you go on Reddit? Do you go on boards and stuff like that? Read things?
I like some of them. I like I'm on the music Reddit. I'm on
Yeah.
the goth Reddit. I'm on the music theory Reddit.
Do you read stuff about your band online?
No.
I never do that shit either. Man.
I don't even read the comments on my own social media.
Yeah. Are you on social media that much?
Not really. I always figure I probably should be, but I just can't. I think because, we grew up in like a time where that wasn't a thing. So it's hard to get into that mindset where you're always thinking like, oh, I should post about this. I mean, for you have like a
podcast.
The podcast is smart for you to do that.
I know.
And you do it more than I do, I think.
Yeah,
so
I have to, man.
Yeah. And so it's not like I'm vain. It's like, this is for my business.
I know my new thing this year is I'm only going to post on Mondays for my podcast and maybe a couple reposts with the guests, and that's it. Nothing on the weekends. I've been grounding and reading books in my backyard in the sun. I'm on some like woo-woo hippie shit right now. I love it.
That's nice.
Yeah, I love grounding, walking in the grass. And
reading is
I just finished Randy Lee McGaw's new book. It's incredible.
Nice. Okay.
I read 3 books last year. It's the most books I read in my life since I don't know when, but I love it.
I love reading.
You do read a lot?
Oh, I read at least twice a day.
Wow, okay.
Every day. If I don't read in a day, I feel bizarre.
What book are you reading right now?
I just last night finished East of Eden, which I had never read. John Steinbeck. He
Yeah,
wrote The Grapes of Wrath, and
I think my wife read that actually before. Yeah,
but
she reads a lot.
I'd never read that, and I don't even know how I'm going to go back to reading like normal books after reading that book because it's just so devastating. Do
you have a good attention span?
Yeah.
Do you read at night in bed? Mm-hmm. It's a good way to fall asleep too, man.
Yeah, it is.
So many people go to bed with their phones now. I can't even fucking have my phone in the room, dude. It's crazy.
Yeah.
The stimulation from it,
It's supposed to fuck up your sleep too.
We're so fucked.
I already have enough difficulty staying asleep without adding some new thing to it.
It's hard to shut your brain off at night?
I can fall asleep, but then staying asleep is hard.
Really?
Might just be age. I don't know.
Your whole life though were like that? No.
I think it's just probably whatever.
You drink coffee? Yeah, you do drink coffee.
I do, but I stop early.
At what time?
Like probably around 2.
Okay. How many copies a day? Like 2?
2 or 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's just hard at night to like shut your brain up and fucking crash out.
Yeah.
It's hard. That's why I'm trying to read at night more and just have no like stimulation and no like phone shit. And
reading's great for that.
I know.
The second you start reading, it's just like
it's so tired. It's so
weird,
tired. I know.
Your brain is engaging, but it just is like fading out. It's a weird.
Social media is so fucked, man.
I know.
You ever doom scroll? You get kind of stuck on.
Oh yeah, I can't even go on Twitter anymore. Like I used to just.
Oh, it's so dark. Dude.
I don't post, but I follow funny accounts and stuff that's interesting and informative. And now I understand why people are posting depressing stuff because that's what's going on in the world.
I know.
But man, yeah, you're like, it's hard to even go on there now because it's kind of like sticking your head in the sand.
Yeah.
Like I should want to know what's going on. And I do know what's going on.
I do too. I know enough to know it's fucked and it's crazy. It sucks.
But just to see a litany of things that are happening is just like, oh my God.
It's also some people I follow aren't even like on the news, but they repost the same news that's already been shown on another news. So it's like, it's just all regurgitating the same negative shit. It's just like, and it's so magnified on social media, like everything, pandemic, all that stuff past couple of years, just everything's so magnified.
Yeah. I mean, you get the most engagement from stuff that makes people scared.
Negative stuff.
You get scared or angry. That's what people are going to engage with. So you see how news, mainstream media, and just social media in general has all kind of tilted that way because it's all about engagement and it's all about readership and about how long people stay on your post or your story. That's why when you try to look at a recipe online, there's so much shit before you get to the recipe.
Interesting.
Because, the algorithm, like if you have people looking at your thing, whatever it is, your content for a longer amount of time, it gets prioritized in the algorithm.
Interesting, man. I'm obsessed with looking at octopuses now. I've been really interested in octopuses, how like smart they are, and how they change colors and shapes and fucking. All I watch when I get home. My son's like, "What are you watching?" I'm like, watching like a nature channel. I love that shit. It's just so calming and like.
Are they called like chromatophores? Is that what it is?
What the
color changing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some guy made this whole like maze he created for his octopus, like the craziest small, and he just went through everything and made it to the final food. It was incredible. They're just so smart, man.
You know, those things probably came on like an asteroid or something.
They got really alien vibes for sure, man.
Some weird things on this planet that is like, how is that from?
You believe in aliens too?
I don't know. I don't not
either.
But it's like, I need to really see it. It's like, I'm not saying they're not out there, but
it's hard to believe anything online too.
Yeah. It's like so many people believe in aliens now and are like all this evidence, but I want to see an alien. I want to see a real ship. I want to see some footage.
And we're not saying it doesn't exist, people.
Exactly. I mean, I would love for it to exist.
I know.
I mean, you think it's gotta exist.
It's gotta be something up there.
It's gotta be something. I don't know if they've made it here yet, but I would love for it to be true, and I'm ready. I'm ready for it to be true.
Yeah, I seen this doc recently where like supposedly they come down from the air and they go right into the ocean. They suck up all the algae and they go right back up. That's like the whole thing they're talking about. They go right into the ocean bottoms.
I mean, I'd love to see that if that was real.
Because we see these images, these blurred images. We see all this stuff. It's like,
yeah, you'd think with as much activity as there's supposed to be that there would be incontrovertible. Here's the video. There was 1,000 people that saw this at the same time, and they all took video of it. So I'm ready for that to happen.
It's only a couple people in small towns, like one person, or like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. But once again, I'm not saying it's not.
Me either, dude.
It's not.
I'm not too sure about Bigfoot. That's a whole different subject, but I got friends who believe in Bigfoot, whatever, respect.
I mean, who am I to say?
Whatever makes you happy and excited and want to,
And what do we know? We don't know. We're not scientists.
I know we're not.
We don't know that it's not true.
E.T. was my favorite movie as a kid, though.
Yeah, but when E.T. was gonna die, though, I mean,
bro,
still,
it makes me. Are you going to tell me it makes you cry when you see it?
Yeah, man,
when he's in the river and he's all white.
I could barely handle that when I saw that.
Bro, me too.
As a kid,
it's so fucking funny. You said I have an E.T. tattoo. It's my favorite movie. I still get emo when I see that scene when he's in the river, bro.
And seeing it for the first time was insane. Like, I feel like I almost walked out of the theater as a kid because I couldn't handle it.
Yeah,
it's like here's the hero, E.T. He's gonna die.
Is it all white and fucking gross looking? That was sad, man.
It's very sad.
Get back to you. 2006, December Underground, another platinum record. This is a huge one. Miss Murder, Interscope Records, Love Like Winter. Those are the big singles off there. That one was like, when I saw that, I was like, holy shit, dude. This is like a lot of video play, radio play.
Yeah, that one, a lot of things, even after Sing the Sorrow that we hadn't.
Is this the biggest one?
Sing the Sorrow is bigger seller over time, but a lot of things that happen on December Underground, like we played SNL.
Sick.
And
huge.
Like that, for someone growing up, in a, like
straight edge hardcore kid, dude. Come on, man.
To play SNL, like, so stuff like that happened. Like we played the MTV Movie Awards.
That's right.
With Christina Aguilera, and it was like us, Christina Aguilera, and Gnarls Barkley.
Dude.
So it was like, it's stuff like that. It's like, what is going on? Like, this is,
But at the same time, it's like, wow, this is cool. Do these things, like,
damn,
traveling a lot, touring a lot.
Yeah, going all over, getting to visit places that I hadn't visited yet.
Couple years in between that till Crash Lab, but also Blaqk Audio came out too. Sex Cells, 2007.
Yeah, so
pretty sure, yeah.
We had been doing that since 2002. We just took that long to actually put a record out.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, so Blaqk Audio's been around for almost 25 years. Yeah.
Fuck, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So this December Underground one, this is like obviously been a bust for a couple years at this point. Playing bigger venues on this one though, right?
Yeah, I mean the whole thing, DreamWorks got swallowed up by Interscope. So that was when we were kind of a little scared because it was like.
Did you do a Jimmy Iovine to an Interscope?
Yeah. So,
wow, dude.
But it was like at the time Interscope was the powerhouse label, and we were thinking like, what's going to happen to us? Like
it was like 50 Cent, Eminem.
Yeah,
all
it's
that
like,
time.
Why would they care about us? Like now we're on this. We don't know any of these people, and like they don't know us. And Jimmy, like really, I think he was like told people at Interscope like, this is going to go like AFI. I believe in this. Like we went into his office and like, when we signed with DreamWorks, we did the whole thing where you go meet. Everyone wanted to sign us. We were like the hot, there's always that
So there was
band.
like a bidding war at that point?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's always the hot band. And we were that.
Keep going.
We were that hot band. Yeah. And so, we went to Jimmy's house. Yeah, sure. Still, please.
Went to Jimmy's house? Hang on a second, bro.
Yeah, so Jimmy invited us to his house for dinner.
Damn.
And it was crazy because it was in Beverly Hills, this giant mansion.
I'm sure.
And he had we were rolling and he had armed security with machine guns.
It's no joke, dude.
And we were like, whoa.
He's worth, man, that's.
And yeah, so it was cool. He was really cool. And we had dinner at Tom Wally's house, which was the president of Warner Bros. At the time. And he lived in Clark Gable's house in Beverly Hills. It's
Bro.
super fancy house. And so we were also meeting with managers. So we're signing with a management company. So we were meeting all the most high power managers.
Yes.
So it was like going from Art of Drowning, which was still, we were a punk hardcore band.
Totally.
Touring in a van.
Yeah.
And then to go into this whole thing was wild. So we had met Jimmy back then. And so now we were on Jimmy's label and we hadn't chosen him. So we were like thinking like, I wonder if he remembers that we didn't choose we chose someone else over him. I hope he doesn't,
I think Gwen Stefani
us.
stole the records out around that time. Gwen
Yeah.
Stefani. Yeah.
Like, I think 50 Cent, Eminem were like kind of like the big things on that label.
Dre Beats, all that shit, dude.
Yeah. But Jimmy was like, I think this band is going to be huge. I mean, we were already kind of like,
Yeah, you guys are doing great.
It's not like Sing a Star wasn't a big record, but, for Jimmy, he's talking about 10 million records.
Yeah.
But he made it go. And, that record came out #1 record in the country.
Fuck.
#1 song on radio. So it was just like these things that were even more crazy than the previous record, which we didn't think was going to get any crazier.
And then it changes up where you're playing too, like bigger crowds. Obviously, all that's changing. Like
So we go out.
venue-wise and
It's funny though, is like, as far as we made less money playing, the bigger the venues we played, the less money we made. So
was it more production or something or no?
Yeah, it's just like that's how it scales up into this weird thing where you just aren't making any money anymore, even though it seems like it should be the opposite.
You guys in one bus?
The headline one on that, we did 2 buses. The first and only time we ever did 2 buses.
That's the thing though.
Yeah.
All that stuff eats up your money, man. The tour support, all that stuff, dude.
Yeah, you carry your own PA, then you need more people to work the PA.
Bigger crew
means another bus.
Did you guys ever have pyro before?
No.
Okay.
We were never really much of a pyro band.
That's good. I respect that. But
yeah.
different lights and shit and fucking,
stage production and like, just all that shit. So
did you feel pressured to do that, or you just wanted to do that because fuck it, we're gonna do it, try it?
Yeah, it was kind of fun.
Yeah.
We never had quote unquote production before.
Yeah.
So it was like, wow, we can actually do something cool. Like this is gonna be fun. Maybe in retrospect, if I would have known that you weren't gonna make any money for going out there and working, I might have been like, let's rethink this. But yeah, it was cool. I don't regret it.
Yeah. And then Blaqk Audio, you guys, that's the first thing you dropped, 2007.
Mm-hmm.
You guys were playing shows too, all around too with that, right?
Yeah, we went on tour with that, and like, it had definitely, because of how big AFI was, we got a lot of attention on that too, which was nice. That record just didn't come out and disappear. It like actually people listened to it.
Yeah, and all the fans came out and checked it out, and
that
was just something you and Dave did just to play different types of music, right? You wouldn't play in AFI.
We had loved that kind of music forever. I mean, I listened to industrial in the 80s, listened to Skinny Puppy and,
sick,
like Ministry and all that stuff. So, because to me, it was like punk. Like Ministry and Skinny Puppy were aggressive music. It was just keyboards instead of guitars. But to me, it wasn't that different. Nights of Reb, those kinds of things, and Front 242. So it just made sense. And then there was this scene, this EBM future pop scene that started happening in the late 90s. All these bands from Europe like V&V Nation and Apoptygma Berserk and Covenant. And it was this really cool form of electronic music. And Dave and I were super into it. So we're like, we got to finally do this. We got to do our own thing because we love this music.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. I think it's cool to have a different outlet to express yourself, stuff you wouldn't really do with AFI. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even though you guys probably could have added some of that, which you probably later on did a little bit more, that influence in some of the records, but back then it was probably different. There's so many bands now that can do like, there's a band called Angel Dust.
Mm-hmm.
They have like a pop and they play hardcore and they play melody, they play acoustic guitar. It's all into one and kids just love it.
Yeah.
Like back then it was kind of different to have like, bring all your influences into your band because it really would change the sound. You know what I'm saying? No, and like you guys weren't afraid to do that, but that's like a drastic change, I guess, for the listeners.
Yeah, we did it on Sing Star. We did a little bit of that. I mean, there's like the intro, the first song on the record is very electronic. It's electronic drums, a bunch of keyboards. So that was when I first started bringing that into AFI. And there's a song called Death of Seasons, which the second verse of the song, it's all of a sudden it's an industrial song, all keyboards, heavy four on the floor, kick drum. So yeah, I was bringing that electronic thing starting
in there a little bit. Yeah.
Like in 2002, 2003. So trying to bring these different disparate things that I really love together.
Yeah. And then Crash Love, which number 2 on Billboard.
Yeah, that was that was kind of the come down from the kind of like commercial insanity of the.
Is there any pressure after December Underground to make that next record at all because of that success or no? Once again, you don't care. Just make another record.
No one really pressured us. You kind of feel that pressure.
Yeah.
Like, it was tough. Like, Sing the Sorrow was the last record we made that was easy and fun to make.
Wow. Okay.
Like, December Underground was a struggle. And part of it was like there was pressure that we put on ourselves because Sing the Sorrow was a big record.
Yeah.
And it's the stupidest thing. I would tell anyone that is in a band that has success, is like, don't try to write hits. Don't try to, unless that's your thing. If you're Ryan Tedder, if you're Charlie Puth, like, and that's what you do, then of course. But if you made it by doing your thing,
totally,
don't try to do something that's going to put you on, TikTok or something.
Yeah.
There's a reason like why you got big doing your thing.
Totally.
You weren't trying to do that then. So, not like I was trying to write a bunch of hits on December Underground, but it just, I don't know, everything was more difficult because you're not that unknown band anymore.
Yeah.
It just is, it's different. You can't ever put the toothpaste back in the tube. It's just,
And you get like a lot of radio people coming in from December Underground too that weren't part of the scene. You get like a whole influx of just people from the radio.
Yeah. And it was like people that were never going to be real fans. They just liked the big band of the moment. And so...
And you felt that. You noticed that too.
I didn't think about it so much at the time, although you can tell we were constantly... I was getting recognized everywhere. You go to the airport, it's crazy.
Wow.
Just like random citizens recognizing you. Because I had this crazy haircut.
Civilians,
yeah. I had this crazy
I
haircut.
remember your haircut,
Yeah, so...
You always say, haircuts though, by the way. Yeah, okay.
Thanks. I don't know if that's a compliment or not, but I'll take it as one.
It's a compliment. You have good hair.
Yeah, so, getting recognized by people and you realize, like, this person saw me on MTV. They're not, like, heads, not fans, but...
That's just, never heard of Minor Threat, dude.
No. They don't realize that you got to be a skinhead to listen to Minor Threat.
Exactly. But at the same time, you appreciate, obviously, they love my band, they're supporting it again. And because of December Underground, they might have went back and checked out all the old records, hopefully, and checked out where you came from and stuff. That's what you can always hope.
My favorite thing is... someone who came on board, say on December Underground, and then went back and heard the punk stuff and was like, "You guys suck. Why aren't you playing punk?" It's like, you just started listening to us last week.
That's very interesting.
And now you're telling us that we suck because you went back and listened to an old record. But anyway,
that's funny.
So that stuff, when we got to Crash Love, it definitely was like those people left because they were always going to leave. And they leave probably every band. If you're not that band of the moment, you have that. Most bands aren't lucky enough to even have that moment.
Totally.
We were incredibly lucky and fortunate to have this moment like that.
Yeah.
Of Sing the Sorrow and December Underground. We were like, on December Underground, we were one of the biggest rock bands in the world at that point.
It's crazy, man.
To think about where we started. Yeah, it was crazy. And so, Crash Level, those fair weather kind of radio, MTV fan, TRL fans, because we, Love Like Winter was retired on TRL, which means like you've been top 5 or top 10 so long that they retire the video.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, so you remember TRL was a big big deal. And
Carson Daly, man, was huge.
Yeah,
dude.
and so we had fans like that probably discovered us through TRL, which
for sure,
they weren't going to stick around.
No. They're on to the next thing.
Yeah. So when you get to Crash Love, it's kind of like not a rude awakening, but kind of back to reality a little bit.
But you're still like doing well. You still have a fan base. You're still...
Yeah, but it's from when I joined the band in 1998 all the way through the end of December Underground, it was constant up,
Got you.
up, which is like a rarity to have almost 10 straight years of constantly getting bigger. Most bands don't get that. So,
no. And
that was all I had experienced. So, but once again, from where we came from, it's not like, we knew being, not that band.
Yeah.
We knew being not a mainstream band. That was very comfortable for us.
So even though it went Billboard 2, it still did pretty good though?
It did good, but...
Nothing compared to December.
Yeah. It was obviously something was different. It was a different era.
Yeah.
And, we changed, a lot about the band changed too between those records.
Mm-hmm. And how was the label with the success of that one?
With Crash Love?
Yeah.
I mean, they probably weren't happy that it didn't.
You guys getting less attention from them at that point, or was it?
Yeah, but
I'm sure people have left. And so with a major label, it's not like Epitaph or these small labels we've both been on. it gets recycled. Even the person that signed us wasn't even there by the time our record was out for like a year. So like, there's always new people at those labels, man.
Yeah.
Your guy was still there though at that point?
Our guy was still there, but he was kind of, I think he is super smart, and he understood that the record industry was going to disappear and that it was going through this huge schism.
All the digital shit, all that stuff, dude. Everything.
Yeah. And so he, I think, was already figuring out his exit strategy from the music biz before anyone else was. And so he had become, I think, briefly as president of Geffen, which was part of, so he was kind of moving up, and he kind of became Jimmy's right-hand man, like his kind of technology guy. And then eventually Jimmy had him run Beats. When Jimmy started Beats, Luke was the president.
Oh, wow.
And so, Luke transitioned perfectly at the right time out and became president of this thing. And Beats was so huge. So
dude.
He just always knew, he was so smart and savvy. He just always knew where to be and when to get out. And
timing
when
was
to go
great.
to the next thing. Yeah. And so he was still there, but it wasn't the same thing. He was already kind of had his eye on the exit door.
And you guys are like, okay, we're still in this contract and we have to put this record out and go on tour and all that.
Yeah. And
Do you feel like you're going through the motions at that point? We have to make the record, go on tour. Were you still excited about being on tour then?
I was, but, in retrospect, we kind of made this decision. Like, I think Dave was he didn't really want to play that kind of music anymore. He didn't want to, at the end of December, end of Sing the Sorrow, the reason we stopped touring was because he had to have surgery on his voice.
Yes, I remember that.
And it's scary. I mean, imagine.
It's scary.
It's like me having surgery on my hand, not knowing if I'll ever be able to play guitar again.
Sure.
Because years of screaming.
Yes.
And
it's like nodes or something it's called?
Yeah, he had nodules on his vocal cords.
Yeah.
He had to have them removed. And so, and so we went into making December Underground. He had this, a really life-changing thing. And then it happened again. And we didn't know at the time, but it happened again while we were recording December Underground.
Oh, wow.
And he had to have surgery again on his voice.
Damn.
And so when we got to Crash Love, he was like, we've done this for so long, played hardcore and punk. Like, what else is there? Like, do we keep rehashing this? And also, like, I'm scared, if I keep doing this, I might not be able to ever sing again. I might lose this thing is so important to me. So that's one of the reasons why that record, we kind of went less aggressive on that record. And I think, it definitely had an effect on people that were fans from before. They're kind of like, maybe that wasn't their thing. They're like, this is a good alternative rock record, but I don't want AFI, the alternative rock band. I want AFI, the punk band. I want AFI, the hardcore band. So when you make changes like that, it has a really fundamental effect on the trajectory of your band.
Do you agree with that now, looking back at that record too, and the sound of it and all that stuff? Or
yeah,
you still love that record?
I do, but in retro, it was a hard record to make. And the response to it after where we were before that, colored my view of that record. And I also think, in retrospect, I think there would have been a way to transition out of playing really aggressive music instead of just going from up here to nothing.
Yeah.
There would have been maybe a way to protect Dave's voice so it wasn't, putting him in that position.
Correct, yeah.
But, at the same time, I think I'm probably alone in that. I think the rest of my bandmates don't necessarily, we don't all have the same opinion on that. Like, I know Dave loves that record. Adam loves that record. So, it is what it is.
Yeah. So it looks like you toured on that, and it was a long time to the next record for sure. Another Blaqk Audio came out. You got married. Like, a lot happened between Crash Love and then Burials for sure.
Yeah.
You guys stopped touring and just for a little bit?
No, but we always took a long time between records, which is not smart, but we always did it. And it was,
That looks like the longest one, I think, though, maybe.
Yeah, I think part of the reason we shouldn't have taken so long between December Underground and Crash Love. I mean, when you have, they always tell you when you have
like 3 years,
that kind of success, get back out there because people will forget about you very quickly. And we just never cared about it. So we just didn't. And so people did, at least the Fairweather sort of mainstream fans, of course, 3 years later, that's an eternity when you're a kid.
It really is.
If you're 16 and then you're 19, you might be listening to hip hop, and you don't even listen to punk anymore.
It's so true, dude.
You're just a different person.
Yeah. So that was the next one. That was a long one after that too. That was like almost 4 years, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. So Dave, like he went and he did that Broadway show.
Yep.
Billy Joe's show, and he
did the other band too.
He did. No, Dream Car was
that came later. Okay,
I
with
think
Tony.
that was later.
Maybe not. Oh, maybe it was.
Maybe it was.
I don't know. It was before the pandemic for sure.
Yeah, but Birdlegs came out in 2013, I think.
It did. Yeah. So it was after that. It might have been after the Dream.
It might have been after
Dream
that.
Car, yeah.
But he was like doing. He was in a movie, like a Rob Lowe movie, and he was just, I think, being like, I needed a little break. I think he wrote his book at that time.
Yep.
So he was just kind of like exploring other things out there. And after Crash Love and everything surrounding that record, I think he probably needed a little bit of a break. And
what were you doing? You got married, just living normal life?
I'm always doing, I just love making music. I still, to this day, I write music every day. So
You're producing stuff or?
Not really. I'm like kind of a weirdo. Like to be a producer, you got to be a people person.
Yeah,
you got to be like you, like a person that loves to be around people.
Yeah.
And is like,
you're not,
yeah, I'm like, I think the people, if I get in a room with someone, it takes me a while to get comfortable. And to be a producer, you need to be a cheerleader.
True.
And like,
could be hyped. You could be fucking.
Yeah. And just immediately get along with people.
Yeah.
And that's just not how I'm wired. So I just never thought that was the right route for me. But I did just produce something for a new band called Speed of Light, which is a really great band. And it was fun to actually do that, like produce someone else's music.
What kind of music is it?
It's like Tool meets Nirvana meets...
that's cool.
Yeah. And it's like 3 siblings, and they're all like...
That's
the
awesome.
singer Riley was like 17, and she sings and plays bass, and she's like... They're all so talented, and it's weird. There's like 3 siblings that are all incredibly talented.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah. So yeah, they're really good. They're actually out with Rise Against right now.
Oh, really?
They're about to go out with Rise Against.
So maybe you start producing now, since you're getting comfortable. Yeah.
Maybe, but being in a studio, I don't know how you feel about being in a studio, but it's kind of a bummer to be in the studio.
I don't like it.
It's like
either,
dark. There's no windows.
I know.
You got to be in there for like 9, 10.
It's kind of depressing.
It's depressing. Like
we're not complaining, by the way, listeners. We're not complaining, but
No.
yeah, it is. Yeah.
No, I'm.
You like performing more than recording?
Absolutely.
Same.
I don't like the studio, and I like writing. I like being in my space, my little studio.
Yeah, your
writing.
House, yeah.
I got a window, so that's nice.
Perfect. Yeah, I need that.
But yeah, so anyway, when he was doing that, I was like, I was scoring commercials. I was just
nice.
doing whatever, Yeah, I just
scoring commercials. That's cool.
Yeah, just because it was fun. Because when you're scoring a commercial, it's only 30 seconds of music, and it's every time you do it, it's a different thing. Like they might want hip hop, they might want country, they might want pop. It's like every commercial has a different style of music. So it's really challenging and fun as a songwriter.
Did you have like an agent or manager helping you get stuff like that, or just?
No, I got kind of connected to.
Because I heard that's like kind of like a world to get into. It's like
it is.
There's only certain people in there, or not many people in that little world.
My wife was doing PR.
Okay.
She had a PR company, or she worked for a PR company. And so she introduced me to the brother of the guitar player of Incubus.
Awesome.
Was working for this company that did music for commercials.
That's awesome.
And so yeah, through him, and then I got in with these other companies, and they just hit you up and be like, hey, do you want to write
this? Yeah.
write
Tony
for
Canal
this?
does that too.
Yeah.
That's cool. Right, doing jingles and stuff.
Yeah. And it's, it's not the most creative thing as far as like artistically fulfilling.
But it's something, if you're not playing music, keep your mind going,
Yeah, it's just fun. It's to me more of a challenge. It's not about like money or anything like that. It's just about, as a songwriter, because I love writing music so much, it's just like a challenge, like a puzzle, trying to figure out how to make this music for this stupid visual of this car.
Any big ones that we might know of, or like a commercial?
Yeah, I did like a Honda commercial. Nice. I did a few Honda commercials. You don't always get them.
Yeah.
A lot of times you're competing against other people.
Gotcha.
Because when the ad agency goes in to present to Honda, they need 5 different pieces, because the Honda people are going to be like, I like that one best. You can't just bring them one piece of music because they might not like it.
True.
So you're always competing. So you don't always, quote unquote, win the spot. But I've got some multiple spots. Yeah.
And some hip hop stuff you did too.
Yeah.
Like beats and stuff.
Yeah. They like
cool.
They like hip hop a lot on commercials, as you know, if you listen to commercials. But it's always like really shitty versions of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, that was hard for me about writing commercials, is like, I'm a songwriter in a band, so I want to write something cool and unique, and they don't want cool and unique.
This one, like basic, straightforward, just like generic, like
lowest common denominator,
Yeah.
and you can't get in the way of the voiceover. There's always a VO because the person on the commercial is talking about the product, so you can't have a cool ass thing happening like a guitar lead that sounds interesting because it's going to detract from the voiceover.
Wow. So it's kind of not dumb it down, but kind of just not really just.
It is dumb. It's dumbed down. Yeah.
Yeah. How did you meet your wife?
I was friends with her friend, and her friend came to visit me at the Standard. I was staying at the Standard in Hollywood, RIP.
Great spot, yeah.
Yeah, I love that hotel.
Great
and
spot.
so she brought Marissa over, and like it was almost kind of like love at first sight.
Nice, man.
For both of us, we both kind of like were just. The first thing she did was walk in and jump on the beanbag chair and explode it.
Nice intro.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, I like this girl. But yeah, we've been together for over 20 years now.
Fuck yeah, congrats, man.
Thanks.
Were you in long relationships before that?
Yeah, I was always kind of like, if I wasn't single, I was like kind of a monogamous.
Yeah. You seem like just not like a player, like a monogamous guy, yeah.
Yeah. It's hard though. I mean, I was single for a while before her because when you're on tour all the time, it's really painful to have a thing at home
for sure
that you are trying to, especially back in, you remember phone cards and like
yeah, dude, way before FaceTime, man.
Text your girl at home.
Pay
you gotta
phones,
find a payphone with
dude.
a phone card, and the phone card isn't working.
You remember those dialers they used to make back in the day?
Oh, we weren't.
We weren't
criminal enough for those.
It was like a Radio Shack thing. It made sounds like coins.
Yeah,
we had those way in there. Yeah,
I wish I had one of those.
Put against the phone. Sometimes the operator like, excuse me, sir, can you use real coins? We hang up. Thought they were watching us.
Yeah,
it was like a crazy thing in the early '90s, dude.
I'd heard about that, but I wasn't on enough to like know.
Phone dialers.
Yeah, to know anyone that had one of those.
So getting back in the studio to do burials, had been a minute for you guys, right?
Yeah, and
were you guys on hiatus or something? Or were you just taking a break? I mean, it's the same shit.
Same. We've never been on hiatus, but Dave doing all his stuff. We just were.
It was time
off at that time, and then he moved down to because he'd been living in Oakland still.
Yeah, he came to LA,
and I was living in LA, so he moved to LA, and he was living in the back house of his friend's.
Yep.
Josh Richmond in the Hollywood Hills in this like really kind of ramshackle rundown little room where
I remember that
rained.
Joshua the King, the OG, like legendary LA guy. He's like the mayor of LA.
Yeah.
Shout him out, yeah.
He was in the movie Thrashin'.
That's right.
And he was in River's Edge.
With my boy Josh. Yeah, River's Edge. That's right, dude. It's a great movie.
Great movie. But so, he was living in this little, and it would rain, and it would rain on his bed.
What?
He had rats in there. Yeah, so
For the listeners right at that moment, it sounds like some goth rain rat shit that Dave would like, but no.
He didn't like it, no.
No, it must rain in their bed.
He didn't like it. I think it
sounds like a movie, though.
Yeah, it rained on his like furry jacket and made it moldy, I think. So, yeah, it wasn't cool. But so he called me up and he's like, just kind of out of the blue, and was like, you want to work on some new music? He was like, he needed that at that time in his life. I think whatever he was going through, I think he wanted to get back into it. And so I would just drive over the hill. I was living in Studio City. I'd drive over the hill every day, and we would just sit in the treehouse and write music.
Treehouse.
Yeah, called it the treehouse. Yeah. And write music.
Were you missing writing at that point for AFI? Like, were you ready to?
Yeah, it was a pleasant surprise because I didn't really know. As far as I knew, he was having some success. Like, he was on a Broadway musical, and then he was in a movie.
His
and
book
I know,
out, all that stuff.
Yeah, and I know he always loved the acting thing. So as far as I knew, like, I flew to New York to see him in the musical. It was
That's
like
awesome,
really cool to see that. But the best part was when he came out at the end, the whole cast comes out for the final number playing guitars, and I could see his ass was not playing the guitar for real. So I had to clown him because he was totally faking it. But yeah, so as far as I knew, he was embarking on this new career. Maybe it was like, and we didn't really know when AFI was going to come back, and so it was cool to get that call from him and be back in it.
Yeah, that's Republic Records.
Yeah. So that was our last major, I think we were on.
I Hope You Suffer too. It's a banger too, man. I love that song. I first heard that song.
Thanks.
Man. Shit's hard, dude.
It's fun to play live.
And 17 Crimes was the other one on the record, but I Hope You Suffer. I was stoked when I heard that came out. It was super hard. I don't know, man.
Yeah,
I think that was a good response for you guys, right, when that came out?
Yeah, it was. I think it was darker than Crash Love.
Totally.
And more
way darker.
Aggressive and more post-punk and more these other things.
It's harder, though. Yeah.
And so I think people were like, yeah.
And that's like, So what is Republican made you labor or no?
Yeah.
I guess it is. Yeah.
They're under the Universal umbrella.
And so you guys toured. That was like, a couple. I'm trying to talk out loud. Sorry. Then there's a couple. There's 4 years. Whoa, damn! There's like 4 years to the next album after that, almost.
Yeah, of course.
But the Burials do good though. You guys tour on that a lot too.
Yeah, we never learned our lesson as far as putting out records in a timely fashion. Of course,
it seems like
as you can see.
But then XTRMST comes out too in 2014. I love XTRMST too.
Thank you.
Some Earth Crisis shit. Like fuck, dude.
Yeah, it's funny. We were writing Burials, and we were just sitting in the treehouse one day talking, and we're talking about straight edge hardcore bands, and we're like, damn, dude, both of us been straight edge so long, and neither one of us has ever been in a straight edge hardcore band.
It's true.
And we're like, we got to do one. And at that point, Dave didn't want to scream.
Yeah.
He was post-scream, at that point. But we're like, let's do a fucking hardcore band. And so I immediately started writing songs, and it started out as more of like a youth crew kind of thing. Because in my mind, or like Youth Today, that kind of stuff was the quintessential hardcore.
Totally.
To me. So, but then for some reason it started taking this turn into this kind of chaotic insanity, like almost unlistenable like shit.
It's intense.
And the way he was screaming was gnarly. Like I remember we recorded in the treehouse, and he would just do one take of the vocal.
Wow.
And he would put so much into it, and he was like really like yoked, and he'd take his shirt off, and he was putting so much into it that the heat coming off of his body would like heat up the whole room like it was like a heater.
What?
You could just feel
the steam room. Yeah.
You could feel the waves of heat coming off his body because he was putting every ounce of his being into these vocals. Yeah,
it's amazing,
it was.
man.
I never seen anything like that.
Wow. XTRMST was. You guys did you guys didn't tour? Did you really just play shows?
Played 2 shows.
Two shows. Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. Dude.
It's hard to play that stuff because I never wrote it meaning to play it. And
Josh James playing there too?
Yeah, Josh James.
Yeah, shout out to Josh James.
Boosty.
Yeah.
From Seosin played bass, and then this kid Val played drums, who was like a sick, insane drummer. Because like I programmed a lot of those drums, and they weren't meant to be played by a human drummer.
Really?
And I'm like, there's no way you can play some of this stuff, and he would just do it, and I was just like in awe.
Was Adam straight edge too? You guys all straight edge guys in the band?
Yeah, it was awesome. Like that was the thing. I was like, this is a straight edge band. It has to be all straight edge people in the band.
And then AFI, everybody straight edge in AFI?
No. Hunter has never, he's like Dave, had never done anything, but he's never claimed straight edge.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah.
And Adam, he doesn't do anything now and hasn't for years, but he's, he drank and...
Yeah. So you and Dave are the only vegan straight edge in there?
I'm not vegan. I'm vegetarian. I've never been vegan.
Okay, veggie straight. Yeah.
As time has gone on, I've kind of been more interested in like health-wise and other reasons. Just like, man, it like becomes more attractive.
What does?
Veganism. Like I never took that leap.
Yeah.
And I became vegetarian when I joined AFI because I'm like, okay, everyone in the band's vegetarian.
Oh, really? Okay.
And I don't think
you never even thought about it before that?
Not really, because once again, where I came from, it just like wasn't a thing.
Yeah.
No one even thought like that.
Yeah.
And I think Dave was probably not vegan yet at that time in '98. But
now, now as you're getting older, you think about veganism more?
It's just like the thought of, it just becomes gross. Like the thought of eating some of this stuff.
Cheese and stuff, you mean? Or just eggs?
Well, yeah, like, and drinking milk, it just is. It's not like even a political thing necessarily. It's just, which is like the thought of animals being slaughtered, and that is heavy and disgusting when you stop to think about it. I don't care if you're like one of the most I eat steak guys.
Yeah.
It's like no one can stop and think about that or see it, much less
100%,
and not be devastated by the thought of
man,
where this is coming from.
Yeah.
But just the thought of like drinking a cup of milk is so...
I mean, do you do that?
No.
I haven't done that since I was a kid, man, to be honest, man.
It's funny. I used to we'd go out and skate all day, and it gets up to like 120 degrees in Ukiah, and come back and just get a gallon of milk, whole milk, and just chug it. Like that's
so crazy to think about that, man.
So disgusting. Oh my God.
But milk does the body good. It's calcium. It's for your bones. All that stuff we were told growing up. All these commercials, man.
Yeah.
That's interesting if you become vegan now later on in life when it was, Dave was there the whole time with you, or you're part of this community. It happens to a lot of people I know. I know Mike Judge is now vegan now for like the past 5-6 years, but he was in it his whole life, but it was never really a thing for him. But as you get older, now he's into it,
Yeah, I don't know if I'll ever make the leap, but it's definitely become something on my mind, just the thought of at least trying it and seeing.
What's the one thing holding you back? Do you love cheese?
It's not even that I love it. It's just, it's a big lifestyle change. And another thing that
it's convenient.
It's laziness,
traveling, all that stuff.
Yeah, you have to, and like my wife's not, so I would want.
She's veggie?
Yeah, I would want, no, she's not even veggie.
Okay.
I would want us both to maybe try it, but I can't put that on someone else. It's not my place to put that on someone else. So if the person that you live with is not, then it's even more hard that
you can lead by example though and start doing it. So I'm trying this.
Yeah.
My wife and son are both vegetarian. My son's never had any meat his whole life, and my wife was vegan. Then when she got pregnant, she craved some cheese. She never went back. I'm the only vegan in the house, so they eat totally different than me, almost totally different than me. But I don't know. It's interesting.
One thing that I really want to do is stop eating sugar too.
It's so fucking hard.
Sugar
dude.
is so disgusting.
I've done that before. It's hard.
I
It's
love
in everything.
sugar.
It's in everything though.
Yeah.
Every single person's
I know.
addicted to sugar, dude.
Like I have a sweet tooth from,
Same.
day one, crazy sweet tooth.
Yes.
I love sugar, but it might just be as you get older too, the way it affects you, but it really makes you feel ill.
Shit.
When you eat just shit. When you eat too much sugar, it's just like, you feel ill. Like
I can't just have one chocolate or one. I can't just have
No.
one of anything. I go crazy.
I'll eat a
dude.
whole box of chocolates
Same,
in one
dude.
sitting easy.
And then you think because it's vegan or whatever, it's healthy, more healthy, but it's not. It's still fucking sugar.
No.
Yeah, it's sugar's it's really hard to quit that shit, bro.
And I think
you disappear though because you're so little already. You might just fucking turn invisible if you have like no wheat, no sugar, no carbs.
I
It's
just eat more
hard.
pasta. It's okay.
Pasta's good. The sugar in pasta too. The sugar in everything, dude.
Yeah. Well, I make my own pastas.
Okay.
Or I have at least.
Nice.
It's pretty easy to make your own pasta, and it's way better.
Mm.
And you can avoid sugar that way.
Yeah. But even like people say like the sugar in fruit is still bad for you, but I think it's.
I don't know if that's true.
I know, me either.
Anything in excess is probably bad for you, but eating refined white sugar is just. And I think the science has now proved that is one of the worst things for
sure.
you.
It's so bad, dude.
Yeah. High fructose
Especially
corn syrup,
at night
all
too.
that stuff.
You eat at night too?
I do. I try not to, but I can't help it. I try to eat at least healthy snacks at night.
Yeah. I'm on since New Year's, I'm on 12 to 8 only. I don't eat past 8 o'clock. I love it. It's like the 16-hour fast.
I never eat before 12 anyway.
Mm.
So I eat probably 12 to 10.
And you're allowed to have black coffee because if you have like a latte, it's like whatever. I still have a fucking latte in the morning. Fuck that.
Yeah.
It speeds up your metabolism, all that shit.
What kind of milk in there?
Oat milk, whatever the fuck it is. Yeah.
Oat milk.
I'm not, we're not perfect either. We try our best to be healthy as possible. But you have to eat something. We're not like eating animals or doing drugs, alcohol. We have to have some fucking coffee or some sugar, dude.
Yeah.
We can't deprive ourselves completely, but you could try it and see how you feel without sugar, You have sugar, you have dessert every day?
No. But, like I put some sugar in my coffee.
Okay.
Like, yeah, coffee. It's like, I remember in the mid 90s, like, Earth Crisis, when straight edge became like super militant.
Yeah.
Being like, damn, am I gonna have to stop drinking coffee? Sucks, man. I mean, I'm straight edge as the next guy, but
I know.
that's going too far.
The caffeine thing, yeah.
It's going too far.
Can't drink tea, all that shit. It's bullshit, dude.
Yeah.
You ever seen the great video of Ian MacKay talking about that?
Mm-mm.
Some kid went up to him and he was drinking something and outside of a show and it was like a tea and some kid goes, hey, my friend wants to know what you're drinking. He's like, why? I'm drinking iced tea. And the kid goes, my friend said that's not straight edge. And he said, go tell your friend. I said, fuck off. So good. It's a legendary clip, dude.
My God. You're trying to tell Ian MacKay what is straight edge? I mean, Ian MacKay having to explain straight edge his whole life must be so tired of it.
There's a clip going on right now where he's talking about it and just like how crazy it got in the 90s and stuff. Have you met him before?
No, but I mean,
He's the best, dude.
Yeah, I mean, he's just like the godfather of
Godfather.
Music in general. Really.
And the most punk human alive, dude.
I know. No one has been as real as him and as real as like Fugazi and as real as Discord. And I mean, it's crazy. And never making a t-shirt?
I know.
It's crazy.
And just keeping your morals and growing that way and staying that way forever. Like, if you've ever been to the Discord house, it's like going in a time machine, dude. It's incredible. You guys got to go there.
I know. I've never been there.
Go anytime you want. I mean, you can email him. You can knock on the door. He's there Monday through Friday. It's crazy, dude.
I would be shook to meet him. I'm not a skinhead, first of all.
No, that's fine. Jim Thibault went out there for his 50th birthday and stuff. Got to hang with him, and
that's cool.
I've been there a bunch of times. I bring friends there, bring my family there. I just connected Bane. They went and saw him and spent the whole day with him. You go in the basement, you see where Minor Threat practice. All this, he'll hand you the lyrics that's straight edge, original handwritten lyrics.
It's like almost
crazy.
It's almost too much.
It's like Willy Wonka.
Yeah, it's like I've listened to Minor Threat since like 1985. It'd be too much almost to meet him. I don't know if I could handle it.
You might get starstruck maybe, right?
Or it would just be
surreal.
Too surreal to even handle.
You ever get starstruck meeting people or anything, or no? Like meeting Robert, that was probably surreal.
That was very surreal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I get not starstruck, but like meeting chefs, I'd probably get.
Meeting what?
Like a chef.
Really?
I would probably get more. Not starstruck, but like, wow, that's so-and-so.
Wow.
Because I just really appreciate what chefs do. And meeting actors, I probably wouldn't care.
Yeah.
I've only gotten one picture with someone in my entire life. And I saw the guy that played Long Duck Dong on 16 Candles.
Really?
I saw him, Geddy Watanabe, at the ArcLight one time. And I'm like, oh my God. Because, I'm from the 80s.
Yeah.
I got to get a picture with him. And he was like super nice. So that's the only time I've ever taken a picture with someone. Ever?
Holy shit.
Yeah.
You watch a lot of cooking shows too?
Yeah.
So you cook a lot?
I don't cook. I suck at cooking.
What the fuck? But you love chefs?
I don't know what it is. I love cooking. I love the idea of the science and the art of it. I don't do it myself.
Really? So your wife cooks a lot?
Yeah, she's really good.
You ever taken cooking class?
Me? No. I
know.
I don't want to.
I think I should too, because that's the big thing in my house. I'm married 30 years and I burn pasta, I burn grilled cheese, whatever. Back in the day, I'm just like so bad at cooking. It's like we eat out too much. My wife cooks, but it's just one thing I wish I kind of learned. Maybe I'll do it sometime and get a cooking class,
Yeah. I think you have...
Impress our wives.
You would probably know if you cared at this point in your life.
That's
you
true.
Probably don't care. I don't care.
I know.
Like, if I cared, I probably would have known by now that I wanted to be... Because people that cook, they love it.
They fucking
like,
love it.
It's like, oh, get in there.
It's such an art, though, too, man. Yeah. Especially watching like vegan chefs turn things into things that shouldn't be vegan. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Watching that stuff.
Yeah.
Damn, dude. You like mushrooms?
I love mushrooms.
I fucking hate mushrooms. And they're such a big part of like cooking and like vegan shit. It's like, fuck. My wife loves them. Me and my son hate mushrooms, man. They're in everything. They're in a lot of shit.
Yeah. When
they're good for you, though.
When you're a vegan, you got to kind of like, there's some basic tools, mushrooms being one of them.
Yeah. They are, right?
Yeah.
Okay, self-titled record, Concord Records, 2017.
Yeah. The Blood record.
The Blood record, yeah. Snowcats, White Offerings. What is Concord? Is that a major too?
They're like
before.
It's actually, yeah, they're kind of like a umbrella company that owns other labels. In fact, I think they bought Nitro.
Oh, really? Wow, interesting.
Yeah, so they
full circle.
They have they're like a distribution company, I think, or I might be getting this wrong, but they own a bunch of smaller labels and they would buy up like catalogs of labels and stuff. And but yeah, so at that point we just didn't really. The label wasn't as important anymore.
Totally.
Like when we were younger, you remember like when you got on Epitaph, you're probably like, holy shit, I'm on fucking
man.
Epitaph.
Totally, it's huge,
crazy,
deal. Massive deal.
Yeah, like that was like really important to.
Back then, yeah.
Yeah, and it got less important as time went on, where like, it's like, who is the best label for us right now? Like we're on Run for Cover right now and like love those dudes. And
that's cool.
They're fucking rad. And so, just as whatever is best for you at the time.
Yeah. And that one you guys toured a bunch on?
Yeah. Every record we've toured a bunch on. We've never like not got out there.
Did this one do well, the self-titled one? Where we see
Yeah. It's funny. Like a lot of people thought it was a return to form. Like sing the sorrow, but for us it was like, what?
People bother you. It seems like that's like an ongoing theme about those older records and playing, right?
Yeah, and people thought, oh, this is like a Sing the Sorrow again, and to us it was we had no intention of that being the case. So
just by the announcement of the record and the name of it and stuff?
The sound of it. The sound of the songs.
Okay.
It had Dave was doing some aggressive vocals again. He was, he had some rasp, he had some grit in his vocals on some songs. And so it was kind of but that's not our thing. We don't go back.
You don't go back.
That's just what that record sounded like.
Yeah.
It just happened to sound that way.
I feel like a lot of people with AFI, they're always talking about the older records and all that,
I get it. Yeah. I mean, I think in my opinion, and I'm probably the other guys in the band, I won't speak for them. I think Sing the Sorrow is our best record. And I love a lot of stuff we've done after that, but I think that was our best record. And that's, you got to have some objectivity. You always see the old rocker dude who's like, our new record's the best thing we've ever done. And you're like, oh man,
I know.
You're the only guy that thinks that.
But it's so hard making new music. Speaking from a person who has put a record on 10 years, which we need to do with my son on drums for sure this year. But it's just so hard because, like I said, people, maybe more for us because we've only not made as many records as AFI. I'm realizing that now in 30 years. But making new songs and introducing those new songs in the set and all that shit. But it is part of being in the band, a career band, a longevity band like you guys, You have to keep creating.
Yeah.
You're not playing the same songs over and over again, the same fucking set. It gets boring.
No, and we like to, not like we don't play those songs.
Of course.
Dave might not want to play them, but
yeah,
I kind of make them.
When you play in the crowd, it goes bananas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And some people, I think, they probably have a hard time with that. Some bands, they don't want to play the old stuff because you see how people react to the old stuff and how they react to the new stuff. And you're like, fuck that.
Yeah.
You don't like my new stuff. I see when I play the old hit. But to me, it's it's all good. I wrote those old songs too. I was on those old songs, so they're important to me too. If you like those, great. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm happy that you like those songs.
Also, this is us now. This is what we're playing now. This is who we are now.
And we're lucky enough that people respond to the new stuff too. I'm not saying that, Days of the Phoenix is going to not go over as well as, a new song. You have to be realistic. But
Totally. So that's 2007. Then the Missing Man EP comes out, and then Blaqk Audio, another thing. Is you got just staying busy though, man.
Yeah, and it's I'm the primary, songwriter, like a music
of
writer.
Everything, right? Of all.
Yeah, so it's I kind of which I like because I'm very prolific.
And you're always writing. Oh yeah,
always writing. And
do you write lyrics too, or just the music?
Just the music.
Okay.
I always knew that the lyrics from day one that was Dave's
for sure
area, and I wasn't going to step on his toes by being like, "Hey, I brought in these lyrics, man. Can you sing these?" Because he really feels it. He needs to.
I love that.
He can't be fake about it, and that's one of the reasons why I think it's hard for him sometimes to play older songs because they were written by such a different person. He's not that person anymore, and he needs to feel what he's singing on stage. And if he's talking about cereal from some song he wrote when he was 15, it's hard for him to feel it.
It's so true, dude. It's so true. Think about those bands playing those old songs, even Descendants of the songs they don't even play anymore. They were too crazy. You can't in the climate they're in. You can't talk about certain things just when you were a kid writing songs. Think about Ian writing a song when he's fucking 1982 or 3, dude. I never want to see Minor Threat in 2026, man. I would never want to see that reunion. I'm so happy he's never going to do it, man. I see people talk about it all the time, bro. It's you really want to see that, man?
How about Fugazi though?
They never broke up, so that could happen for sure.
But if they played again, would you?
100%.
Yeah.
Because I know they're still friends. I know they still talk. I know that they never broke up. I know that they jammed together. I know that it's been offered to them every single year at Coachella. They always offer that to them. You know what I mean? It's an ongoing thing.
What they need to do is Coachella needs to offer them $500 to play.
A $5 show.
Yeah.
Pre-show.
If they offered them something, instead of being like, hey, you guys, we'll give you $5 million.
Exactly.
They need to offer them a really low offer where they'll feel okay about doing it.
Or like a benefit show for something, or the day before Coachella in the field for $5, no barricade. Dude,
yeah.
It'd be crazy, right?
I saw them in '89, and it was one of the best shows I've been to.
I saw their 5th show, and Ian handed out lyric sheets to the crowd.
Damn.
It was pretty sick. I forgot when the fuck that was. But it's crazy. For us, it'd be such a big deal. I'm sure the listeners too, and then around the world. I wonder how big it would be for them. People would travel from everywhere to see that,
Yeah, I don't know. It's
because to us it's so big and so important.
Yeah,
but we're
so
also
long.
part of some crazy subculture world that not the whole world knows about them as well.
But the other bands like Refused and At the Drive-In,
Insane.
like,
They
people,
came back.
yeah, people went crazy when that came back.
It's crazy playing Coachella, all that.
Yeah.
I think one of Refuse's last show was at Chain Reaction before they came back, which is nuts, dude.
I like Refused.
I love seeing that.
Yeah.
Refused is a big influence with you?
Yeah, the first record,
Yeah.
especially. I mean, obviously, Shape Up to Come was incredible, but yeah, those two records were really, really big for
Important,
me.
right?
Yeah.
That's another group of like straight edge hardcore kids who were doing a different kind of sound as well. You know what I mean?
When that came out, when Shape Up to Come came out, I mean,
bro,
that was like, people accept that now because it's such an important record for so many people, but that was a bizarre, crazy left field record when it came out. In
the sound and everything.
Scene. Yeah, because everything was in the mid 90s, it was like, you remember what it sounded like? Nothing.
Yeah.
There was nothing even close to that.
Nothing, dude. The samples, all the different things on there. And even back then, I guess it wasn't as big as it became.
Yeah.
Like, it kind of went over some people's heads at that time. I mean, they'll say that as well. Like, the shows weren't that crazy.
No, and that's probably one of the reasons they broke up is because people didn't get it.
And then 10, 20 years later, they fucking get it. It's crazy.
I mean, it's understandable, though, because it was so
ahead of its time.
Yeah.
Snapcase, too. I feel like Snapcase.
Love Snapcase.
I thought they could be, I know they did really well, but I thought they were so ahead of the time with their sound and everything. And
yeah, like Looking Glass Self and Percussion Through Unlearning, and like, oh man, loved Snapcase.
The guitar sound, you must love that.
Yeah.
Dude, Salemi.
And the drums too, like, yeah, everything about that band was killer.
Yeah, live, everything, dude. Okay, then you got Blaqk Audio comes out, Extremist comes out. Fuck, dude. Bodies, that's 2021. The Bodies one with Twisted Tongues.
Yeah, that was like pandemic record. It was a weird time.
So you don't really tour on that, do you? You drop it during that time?
No, we kept having to push it back because...
Push it, cancel, I remember that.
It was like, you think, okay, now it's okay, and then it would be like all these problems pop up because the world just wasn't open up yet enough to do a full tour.
Such a weird time, dude.
Yeah.
Music's so essential, but it wasn't essential. Like the last thing on the totem pole, and it's like, okay, the tour's coming. Oh, it's pushed back. Oh, it's canceled. Oh, there's so much back and forth. I was just like, fuck, is this over? I'm like, I think I'm good. I think I had a great life playing music if this never comes back. But it was a weird time, though.
It was. I never thought that it would be over, but it was definitely like, I don't have any idea when this is actually going to happen.
Were you stressed out during that time? Were you chilling?
I'm like
You don't seem like a guy gets stressed out, actually.
Plus, I'm a introvert, and so
you love that shit.
I don't know if I loved it.
Well, you thrived in it. You fucking.
It didn't probably affect me as detrimentally as it did a lot of people who.
You were cool with being in your house and chilling.
Yeah, because I can write music, and that's all I want to do anyway.
Yeah,
I got my significant other there.
Yeah,
it's
chilling,
like that's
dude.
the main things I need.
Yeah, that's true. You got your fam. You have pets too. You have dogs and cats or no?
Our dog.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Our dog died in 2021, so it was our 2020. So it was like,
dude, wow, dude,
freaking putting your dog down with a freaking mask on in the veterinarian, just crying,
man.
like
that's fucking brutal. I'm sorry, man. Wow,
it was heavy, man. It's so heavy.
I was thinking about all the families too during that time that couldn't go in when their loved ones were in the hospital.
Oh my God,
they'd like see them on FaceTime. That was so fucking heavy,
losing a family
bro.
member. Yeah, I mean that
was such a crazy surreal time, man.
It is. It's like you think back, it's like a fever dream or something. It's like it didn't happen. It's like it's like a dream you had.
It's like almost 6 years ago, maybe now. It's fucking crazy.
Also, I never got COVID.
Ever? What? Even when you went back on tour, never?
I've been on a million planes. I've been on
a million floors.
I've been on tours, tour buses. Never got it.
Ever? Holy shit, bro!
Unless I got it and didn't know. But every time I ever felt sick, I tested myself just to make sure I didn't give it to someone else. I've never, as far as I know, never.
That's pretty amazing, man. What an immune system you have.
Something.
Doing something right, man.
Guess.
Maybe it's being
that sugar is killing it.
Maybe it's not being vegan. Maybe I should be vegetarian. Maybe that's what it's on.
Is the sugar in my system was killing the COVID germs? I think.
Maybe it was the coffee.
Yeah.
I remember when it first came out, they're like, people with tattoos can't get it. I was like, yes. There was all this stupid information.
I never heard that one.
Bro, it was crazy.
Yeah, remember, like, you got to disinfect your groceries. Like, just.
Bro, I went crazy with that. Dude.
Yeah, like, dumb. And then when you look back, you're like,
I can't believe I did.
But it's like, that's what they were telling us to do.
It was the moment we didn't know anything.
The scientists were saying disinfect your groceries.
Bro, we were pretty much walking in the house, taking all of our clothes off, putting in the washing machine, disinfecting all of our groceries. My son I have a picture of my son with a gas mask on at the fucking Vons, bro. It was so crazy. Sitting in the backyard in the sun all day, trying to get vitamin D. My friend Gutty came over to the house. We all had COVID together, and we showed him Goodfellas for the first time.
Yeah.
It was just a crazy time, bro.
Yeah.
Very surreal. So that record comes out 2021. Fuck, dude.
Yeah.
And it's called Bodies, too, which is crazy,
Yeah.
dude. So that really didn't do much with that touring or nothing, really, until like...
We did a headline tour on it, but it was like in 2023.
2023.
Yeah, by the time we finally could put one together that was going to happen and not anything get canceled.
And then, dude, after all the fans asking and talking all about the old records and play this old shit and do an album play and do an anniversary thing, you guys fucking sold out the Forum, dude, in 2023.
Yeah.
I was so fucking... I don't know where the fuck I was. I was so happy for you guys, and it was a Sing the Sorrow anniversary. How was that? That's fucking crazy, dude.
It was crazy because... they came to us, our management came to this idea, like, we should do a anniversary thing. And we've never done any kind of anniversary.
You've never
stuff
done
like
any of the records. I know that, yes.
And they're like, we should do it at the Forum, which was like, we're thinking like Palladium or something. Like,
Bro.
the Forum? Like, that's going to be embarrassing. We're going to like put that on sale, and it's going to be, we'll have to move the stage all the way to the back to the seats. So there's no floor. And it sold out the Forum in like 4 hours.
Bro, dude. Congrats. That was such a sick moment for you guys, dude. Were you guys in shock about that? Like, we fucking...
Yeah, I was in shock that it sold out at all, much less in the first day. And then the show itself was so magic. And it wasn't just for us. Like, everyone ever talked about that show that was in the crowd was just like, there was something in the air. And maybe it's because people knew that was going to be the only time that would ever happen.
Yes, and it came from all around the world for sure.
Yeah, and that was that record was probably our most special record for a lot of people. And just to do the whole thing like that.
Front to back?
Front to back. And
songs you never played before live on there too? Or you played the whole record out before?
There's songs that definitely, if we played them, maybe like played them once.
Yeah, deep cuts.
Once 20 years ago,
Yeah, that was magical. I'm sure even Davies is like, because I know you guys all like moving forward and not the old records, but like it's such an important record as you saw and witnessed. You know what I mean? It must have been so. I can't imagine, but it must have been so emotional for the crowd and fucking all that, dude.
Yeah, it was to have, that many people singing along to every word. Like we're back at playing the hardcore club, except it was the Forum.
But it's bringing these people back to like that record changed their lives. It brought them back to a time in their life and how important that was to them. Yeah. Some of the records, obviously, you put a record out, it doesn't belong to you anymore. It's the world's, and they can digest it and dissect it the way they want, and and it becomes theirs, not yours. And so, records or songs that may not be a band's favorite, not saying yours, is somebody's favorite song, first introduction to your band, game-changing lyrics for them tattooed on their fucking body, right? And then they have music's so powerful, dude.
That's
crazy, man.
That's why I never look down my nose at people that are like, my favorite record was Black Sails, because that's valid. It may not be our new record that's your favorite record, but if our music touched you in some way, how could I ever have anything but love for that?
Absolutely, man. We used to have a t-shirt that said I only like their first album. But yeah, that was a sick... I was so bummed it was there. I just saw videos from it and all that. That must have been... Did you guys' families come out for that?
Yeah, my dad, he's like a mountain man, lives in Oregon.
Came off the mountain for it.
He's so...
Off the grid?
He's just so concerned about LA. The thought of, like, to him, coming to LA is like being dropped into like Mad Max.
Escape from LA, yeah.
And he doesn't like to fly, and so he came down for that, which was like a big deal.
That's so cool.
And got to see that. Yeah, it was cool.
Bro, dude, it's a proud moment, dude. Fuck. Yeah, so that's the only record play people are ever going to get from like anniversary, probably moving forward. We never know.
Probably not. I mean, Dave hates doing that stuff.
I know.
But
even that one, come on, bro. You can't.
I know. He even had to admit. He might not have admitted vocally, but he had to admit that it was glory. And I respect his opinion, because
for sure
he doesn't want to be a legacy guy. Mm-hmm. He doesn't want to, and that's valid. And that's cool.
Fucking love that.
Yeah, and he's like one of the realest, most authentic people I've ever known. And sometimes it's hard because like he doesn't want to do stuff if it doesn't feel real.
Yeah,
doesn't
want to fake it, man.
No, he never wants to fake it, and so sometimes you don't do a lot of stuff because it might feel like this isn't authentic.
Yeah,
You
I
know?
respect that.
Yeah.
That's punk as fuck. I like how he's always changing his look and changing the style. I love all that shit. Like,
Yeah, his new look is like
it's fucking hard. The
people were
mustache,
tripping.
mustache is hard, dude.
Yeah,
People were tripping, but
were
at the same
tripping.
time they shouldn't be, because he's always changing up, reinventing himself. Like, just he's growing as a human.
Yeah, Scary Garcia.
Ooh, that's a fucking good one. Dude, with the rat tail, the fucking
Dark Twin.
He looks like he's in superhero shape always.
Yeah,
He reminds like some Iron Man shit. He's on some like straight A superhero shit.
yeah.
Very inspiring. Because now we go in the gym late at night and she has like a late night owl and shit. Okay, Extremist. Well, then you dropped some solo records too, right?
Yeah, I have a project called Twin Sign with my friend Shayna, who's really talented, and so we did a record, just always doing. And then I got this Birdlegs thing that's coming out, so just always, doing music.
Suffer and Learn, right? Is that one of the solos?
That was There's a solo. So I did a couple solo songs just because there's stuff I've written that could never be AFI, couldn't be Blaqk Audio, couldn't be anything.
Hello Morning Void.
Yeah, those are songs that I sang on, did all the
That's
instruments.
cool, man.
Yeah.
Was that a fun experience for you?
It is. Like, it's weird to put yourself out there as like, I don't want to be the singer. I don't want to be the front guy. But some things I really like the song. I'd like it to be out there, because otherwise it'll just disappear into a hard drive and no one will ever hear it.
Yeah, because there's some songs you're writing for AFI, you're writing for Extremist, you're writing for Blaqk Audio. It's fucking a lot, man.
It's a lot, yeah.
But
I've been writing so many songs for Birdlegs, and it got me really into. I haven't written hardcore in so long, probably since like the 90s.
Damn.
And then I like, it's this muscle I hadn't exercised in so long, so I went crazy with it. And I have like 35 hardcore songs I've written.
Holy shit.
So if anyone needs some hardcore songs,
I might hit you up, man.
Yeah, let me know.
That'd
because
be sick.
I just went crazy with it because it was like so fun, something I hadn't done in so long, that I just wrote a grip of songs.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I like to check them out, to be honest, man. You could be ghostwriter for H2O, thank you. And then Silver Bleeds the Black Sun, which just came out, man. Behind the Clock.
Yeah.
Holy Visions. I like the way this, what's it called, the rollout for this was with Davey on the Hardlore podcast, the AP stuff, and just like the art, everything, man.
Yeah, he's out there talking.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool, man. Yeah. But the record seems like it had a great response. It's got like it's definitely a different vibe for AFI. It's still AFI, but the band, it reminded me of, I think I told Dave when I ran into him at Pura Vida. Not Joy Division. It's another band it's a big inspiration to you guys.
Bauhaus.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, those are all bands that we loved, and we never really explored that, even though we listened to all that.
That's what I'm saying. This album reminds me of some of the other inspirations that you may be pushing out through Blaqk and all these other things coming through AFI a little bit now, more.
Yeah.
Late on in your career too, more like that style.
Yeah, we don't need to prove anything anymore
at all,
We're not
dude.
chasing radio anymore.
It's like dude.
This is some music we love. Let's do. And we did this record, and Adam and I, drummer Adam, was talking. We're like, man, people are gonna hate this record, but we love it. I don't care. We're putting this out.
I love that, dude.
And shockingly, the response has been incredible for this record.
I've been seeing it, man.
I think it's because it's so out there and so different and so unexpected. People have really loved it, and it really took me aback, because I was sure that, okay, here's a record no one's gonna like, but it doesn't. Like, at this point, I don't care anymore. It's like, I'm gonna do what I love.
You guys love it. That's all matters. Yeah. You put it out there. Something I think that's great. Yeah, I've seen the response has been awesome, right? And the shows have been great.
Yeah. I mean, it's weird. The tours are just. I always expect it to end. Like, how can it keep going? It's been so long, and the tours are still so amazing, and playing big shows. And
I know, it's amazing, dude.
I just, you probably know the same thing. It's like, how can we keep doing this for so long? And it's
it is
still
crazy.
going, and it's like still fun, and it's still fulfilling.
Well, there's still new people getting into AFI for the first time, seeing you for the first time, or hearing about you, or just getting into this music, right? And coming out to see you, or they're coming with their parent. Their parents grew up on you, but now they're bringing their kids to the show. It's
absolutely
fucking crazy.
Yeah, you see a lot of that.
It's crazy. And we're parents now. We're still doing this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's awesome. I think it's very punk to do what you want, write what you want, put it out. Like, we fucking love it, and then we're putting it out because we want to do it, not trying to write to appeal to a certain crowd or fans or anybody. I don't know. They like it. They like it.
It's liberating to not feel the need to do that, And if I ever felt that's, I think, the ways that bands lose their way is when you start trying to pander or cater to any element of your fan base, or cater to something that you think is going to get on the radio, or I guess that would be TikTok now or whatever.
TikTok's huge.
You lose your way, you lose your identity, and all of a sudden you can't remember what you were, and you can't get back to that place, that pure place that you were in before you cared about those things.
Absolutely. And you guys are like all grown now. You got families. It's just like, I don't know. It's 2026, man. This is AFI, man. This is what we're into. This is our inspirations, and this is... I think it's awesome. It's cool that the fans really fucking connected to it, though. It's awesome, man.
Yeah, it was unexpected and really gratifying that we can make such a left turn and have people come along with us and appreciate it.
Yeah, I like that they're talking about the record. They're talking about the mustaches in the band, Davey's look, and but all that itself and the rollout makes people curious to actually check out the music too. Like they're like, what's going on here?
I think.
It's awesome.
Dave's look was such a shock to the...
More shocking than the record.
Shocked the world, man.
It was more shocking than the record.
It was, absolutely. People were shocked.
Really? It's so crazy.
I mean, he did look... The first time I saw him, he did look kind of crazy. I'm used to it now, but I think...
I saw him with the beard before the mustache.
I know, that was...
I saw him at this Kevin Seconds Ian Mackay thing for Trust Records, and he rolled up with the beard. I'd never seen him with facial hair like that.
You think the mustache and hair look is crazy... The beard look, because when we went to do that big System of a Down show, I rolled into LAX, and I like look over and see this guy like sitting there, and I had to do like a triple take before I realized it was him. He looked wild.
Was it really? Damn. Did he have the beard or just the mustache?
The beard,
bro.
I don't think
it was thick beard too, though.
Yeah, and it was like straight. Some people have the straight beard hair. It was like
he's got good hair too, and good. Yeah, he's got.
Yeah, he's got good
some good genes.
That Sicilian.
Yeah. What are you? Are you Italian?
No, I'm like honkified to the nth degree. I did my DNA. There's like not there's not an ounce. I'm like the whitest person on earth. I was told my whole life, like families are always like, oh yeah, your great grandmother was full-blooded Cherokee.
Yeah.
And this half Jewish, and this is, Arab, and like I was told all these fairy tales, and I'm like my whole life, and then I got my DNA done, and I'm just like 100% Anglo-Saxon white person from the British Isles.
I can relate. For some reason, my mom told us when we were younger that we were part Cheyenne Indian, and I got like this crazy Indian mask on my arm tattooed a long time ago, which I turned into a Scarhead logo because I got my DNA and I was no Indian in me.
Man.
I told my mom, she goes, I swear to God, something happened. I was told that, like, that's such bullshit. Your parents tell you this shit. Yeah, I'm just Irish and Scottish and fucking, I'm all mixed up. So you guys got a lot of tours coming up this year?
Yeah, we're doing 2 U.S. runs, and then we're going to Europe, which isn't announced yet, but
nice.
Whatever.
That's cool.
Yeah.
All headlining stuff?
Yeah. Some festivals here and there. We're playing the Sick New World Festival.
Oh, that's cool, yeah.
Yeah.
And then what size venues you guys are at these days? Like Palladium style?
Depends on the market. Yeah, it's it goes from big to medium to, all over the place.
Do you feel like out of all the records in the past couple of years, this one right now is like, not that you're bigger than you ever been, but there's this kind of like, I don't know. You just feel in a good place with AFI right now with all the...
Yeah, it just kind of feels like we've reached this point where we can just do this as long as we want to and be able to go out on tour. And as long as you're making music that you believe in, and
totally,
I don't know, it's like, how lucky are we to be able to do this? I mean,
I know, it's crazy.
You get to do what you love for a living. Is how many people get to do that in this world and have a life like that? I mean, I never take it for granted.
So grateful. And now since you have a family, you have a son, right?
Yeah.
How old is he?
He's about to turn 3.
Oh, okay. But you bring the family on tour. They try to come out and visit you. Try to balance all that.
We try not to go more than 2 weeks without seeing each other.
Love that, man. Love that. It's so important, man.
But he came out to see me the first time, and it was before he was talking, and he has this little hand signal that means all done, like no more.
Oh my God.
And he, the second here to start playing, he was like, all done, no more. So he's not a fan
first
yet.
Riff. Yeah.
I think he likes the older stuff. I'm not sure, but
when he gets older, it's going to be so sick though.
Yeah.
See perform and see what his dad does. And then what are some new hardcore bands? You checking out new bands?
I try to. It's just, God, you get kind of calcified and
so many
stratified in your thing where you're listening to just the old music and but I try to check out new stuff. I'm aware
You know Turnstile, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, I'm aware of all the new bands like Drain and Scowl.
Killing it, dude.
And Gouge Away.
Speed.
And and Angel Dust and,
So you're paying attention.
I'm paying attention. I can't say that I'm got the discography on lock or anything, but
yeah.
it's cool. It's crazy that hardcore is having this moment. Like, who would have thought?
Coming out of the pandemic, it's bigger than it's ever been, man.
Which
it's
is wild.
Fucking crazy, dude. And it's around the whole world, Australia, everywhere. And like, especially in California, live in LA, there's always cool shows. And there's so many young bands and they're doing it right. They're putting on their own shows. And it's just so big. It's all like under this Turnstile umbrella of like all their friends and homies and putting show. It's this whole community. It's so diverse. It's so positive. It's everything that I dreamed why I liked hardcore in the first place. Walk Together, Rock Together, and all these songs that people sang about. It's actually happened, the diversity now in the community, which I've always loved about hardcore, you know?
Is there any kind of big straight edge hardcore thing happening?
Dude, there's a bunch of straight edge bands. This one band called Start Today.
Okay.
They're really crushing it.
Check that out.
Singer for Combust is straight edge. There's a lot of straight edge bands right now. Probably not off the top of my head. I know a bunch, but there's a whole like, it's almost like all like the hard kind of beatdown thing. Now this more kind of youth crew shit coming out of it too is really awesome. More melodic kind of stuff, more positive stuff.
That's
not
cool.
the beatdown isn't for the listeners, but everything was at one point everything was so fucking hard.
Yeah, you know, it's like my conception of hardcore is so based in the past. Like, I hear a lot of stuff that sounds metal to me, and to me, metal was always like, even back when I was a kid, metal was always kind of like the enemy. It was always like that.
Yeah, dude.
Or punk, and the metalheads were our enemies because they wanted to kick our ass.
Absolutely.
When we were in high school.
Absolutely.
And so whenever I hear anything as metal, and it's still, I have this feeling of like that's not hardcore, and I need to like get over that.
What's your take on gatekeeping and stuff like that?
I hate it.
Yeah, it's so stupid.
I hate it. I hate any kind of elitist bullshit.
Me too,
it's like, who is to say that's not
what isn't punk or hardcore
or good or worthwhile? Like, I've always hated that.
I hate it so much.
Yeah,
there's so many old heads that are like that too. Like, oh, Turnstile this or that person, that band. It's like, bro, just because it's not what you grew up on doesn't mean it's. First of all, it's 2026, 2025. Things evolve and change, and I love that they evolve and change. And
but it's cool that this form of music that you and I grew up on in a lot of ways could have this moment, you know. It's like, because I wouldn't have been surprised if hardcore just kind of like faded away into this little tiny thing, because it's not that accessible of a style of music.
It's not, dude. I mean, Turnstile is because they're melodic more, but
they took it to the next level.
They did, but still, but all the bands they take out, like Speed super hard and Scowl and End It, there's all these like super hardcore bands, but I think it's cool because it's opening people's eyes and to this whole world. And as big as it seems like it is right now, it's still a very weird subculture. If you tell like a civilian on the airplane what you do, I sing in a hardcore band, like, hardcore, what's that? Is it Metallica? Like, it's still a very underground world, you know, for civilians.
Are the bands like Youth Today and Sick of It All and are they getting shine from this thing?
Absolutely. Youth of Today, Gorilla Biscuits are still crushing, playing with every fucking band. That one record.
I love that.
GB is still out there crushing. It's a 40-year-old album that's so still important to these kids. Yeah, so like GB's taking younger bands out. They do rock the shirts. They represent Judge, Youth of Today, Sick of It All, Cro-Mags, Madball. Madball gets a lot of praise. Marauder gets a lot of praise these days. Like a lot of those bands, these young kids really know the history and the roots of it.
That's cool.
And that's what I love about it. They're rocking the shirts. They're talking about their influences. They're putting like Killing Time's playing on these new festivals. I saw Marauder played on this huge fest last week. People going crazy.
Yeah, I saw the flyer for an AF Marauder Killing Time are playing some festival.
Dude.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Killing Time gets so much love. So like, it's really cool to see that, the love of the roots and the history of it. So yeah, the kids aren't just like, this is our thing we started. They're definitely cool about that, you know.
That's awesome.
What's the latest obsession you have?
Probably some dumb TV show.
Oh yeah, like some like
like Traders or something like that.
Oh bro, I just heard about that show yesterday,
really?
man. Is it good?
I mean, depends on what you considered good.
Okay.
It's like
so you're watching it's what they call it, like trash TV they call it or something?
It's a little trash. It's a little more highbrow than that, but it's essentially in that genre. I mean, that's not all I do. My wife watches a lot of that stuff. I try not to.
Love Island and stuff like that?
I watch a little Love Island. A little bit.
Okay.
Hey, so you got to disconnect at the end of the day. You can't
always
have.
It's especially with,
You can just turn your brain off on those
How
things.
about Housewives shit, like Mormon Housewives?
I can't do that. I
watched it for a second. It was wild, dude.
Yeah, that's a bridge too far for me.
What about like documentaries?
Love documentaries.
Me too. I love that. You like crime shit or?
I do. My wife is not as much. I think she is sensitive, so she doesn't want to see the things that are constant litany of darkness.
My wife loves all that crazy shit, and like I heard you shouldn't watch it before you go to bed. It's not good for your dreams. It's not good for your mental. Like just watching dark things, Yeah,
I always loved serial killers, and I was always obsessed.
For sure. You guys watch comedies?
Yeah, she's more into that than me. I'm like, I'd rather throw on like a sci-fi or something like that.
Sci-fi shit. Yeah. What's that new one? Pluribus?
Oh, Pluribus.
I heard. You watch that?
No, but I want to.
I heard it's incredible, dude.
Yeah.
It's on that sci-fi type shit. It's the girl from Better Call Saul.
Okay, yeah.
That's supposed to be really good. You watched the Diddy doc?
I watched the Diddy doc. That was
it's fucking dark, dude.
That was crazy. There's a new Kanye doc too.
It's new?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll check it out.
Because there's the one Genius.
Yes.
But there's a new one that's kind of like, he had this dude following him around
a couple years
recently.
ago?
Yeah.
Oh, shit, okay.
Was getting when all the like insanity around his life was happening. There's a dude that was filming the whole time and just put all the footage out as a documentary.
You watched it?
Yeah, it's good.
You a Kanye fan? Were you one, or music-wise? Hip-hop wise?
I mean, how can you deny his genius?
I know.
And his music? I mean, obviously the
mental health shit's sad.
Whole other side of it is like
sad. I know.
Yeah, is a different thing.
Sorry even to talk about it. I'm going to get in trouble talking about it.
Yeah.
What about therapy? You've had therapy before?
No, how I grew up was not the easiest.
Yeah.
But my wife told me the other day, she's like, you're the least mentally ill person I've ever met. So, I mean, probably everyone could benefit from therapy to some degree.
Maybe writing is your therapy, music and all that shit. It's how you get it out and fucking.
Like I don't have depression, luckily, because I see how badly that affects people.
Absolutely,
and you're just born with this thing that eats you up, and so I've been lucky to not have anything like that.
Yeah. You seem like a very chill person, man. Very peaceful person.
I try to be.
You get stressed out a lot?
No, only with technology.
Yeah.
Like I've never in my life raised my voice to my wife in 20 years. I don't get mad at people like that, but if my computer is doing some shit, I will be screaming at it. So that kind of shit pisses me off.
Like Pro Tools and shit and working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit crashes.
Yeah, because this is like, I don't know, how you express yourself. This is your tool. This is,
Yeah, like Dave and I have been writing together for almost 30 years.
Yeah.
Like we write face to face and we've been doing it.
It's fucking awesome.
And we've never had an argument in almost 30 years. Not one argument.
It's incredible.
In the countless days, weeks, years that we've written together.
That's amazing, man.
Yeah.
It's true friendship, man. That's awesome.
Yeah. Plus, I think that's why AFI has longevity, is because we're not those type of people. We've never had a blow up. In all the years of the band. We've never had like a big.
That's really cool, man. Actually,
yeah, where you're yelling at.
It's a real brotherhood. It's a real family thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like, I think it's a pretty rare thing because every band has. It's like being a family. At some point, you're gonna have a blow up
for sure. But people would just trip out seeing me and my band walk around downtown in New York. Like, you guys are hanging out off tour. Like, yeah, I talk to my band every single day. A group chat every day. I love my band. We're brothers beyond this music, and I'm really grateful for them. You know what I mean? It's a real family.
Absolutely.
I could never imagine being in a band just for money. They don't talk to each other. They don't even fucking see each other till they're on stage and see each other. It happens to a lot of bands.
You see a lot of that. Like, they're separate dressing rooms, separate buses. Like, especially bands that have been around a long time.
Separate TMs.
Hate each other.
Like passing the set list to each room, crossing up songs they don't want to play.
Oh my God.
Separate planes. All that shit, all for money.
Separate
Fuck
TMs
that.
is crazy.
Never do that. Separate buses, all that.
I never thought about separate TMs.
Managers.
Yeah.
It's all real, dude. I just can't imagine having to. I'd rather just get a job working somewhere if that's the case, because that feels like even worse than that. Like, but then when you're on stage, it's this magical bond and chemistry, and the music and the songs. It's incredible. Everything after that, you have no friendship. That's still weird to me, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you got a family and you got to put
True.
food.
Yeah, I'm not judging.
Food on the table.
True.
It could, be like, oh, this is
My
the
livelihood.
only thing I know how to do.
I know.
But yeah, I can't.
But I hate these guys.
Yeah, but I fucking hate.
That's
I hate
so
my
weird.
coworkers. Yeah.
Optimist or pessimist?
I probably am more of a pessimist than I should be. It's hard. You get irony poisoning. It's hard.
Irony poisoning.
It's hard to not see the world ironically.
For sure.
And it makes you pessimistic.
Yeah.
Especially
Especially right now.
Yeah, I wish I was one of those people that was just like really earnest and seeing everything innocently, but
Yeah.
I just not that guy.
Yeah, I respect that.
But I try to not judge people. I try to be a nice person and
You're a realist.
I'm a realist, and I try not to. I feel like everybody has the right to be happy, so I try not to impinge on anyone else's happiness.
I love that. You have any regrets in your life?
Yeah, I mean, there's lots of things I could have done differently or better, but where I'm at now, I'm doing what I love. I've got a wife and I got a son. I love being a dad.
Fuck yeah, it's the best ever, man.
It's like those things, if I had done something in a different way, a better way, or the right way, I might have put me somewhere that I wouldn't be where I am now. So, I think everything worked out as it should have.
Become a dad's amazing. Are you the only person in the band with kids?
Adam has 2 kids.
Oh, fuck, that's awesome.
Yeah,
Shout out to Adam, by the way.
I love being a dad.
It's amazing, man. Isn't it incredible?
It's like so cliche, but it's like, I didn't know if I was going to like it. When I found out I was having a kid, it was like, what if I don't like it? What if I hate it? What if I don't want to be around this? But man, I'm like a fool.
Bro, it's the most unconditional love you can ever give anything, to the point where sometimes, like, I still love you to my wife. Now, obviously my son's grown, but still, like, all those moments and those chapters, and it's incredible, man. It's such an incredible journey, man, And
especially right now, I realize everyone always says, like, when they're this age, like my kid's about to turn 3, it's such a short little time. It's like, where he can finally communicate with you, and it's just a special thing, and you just want to like never be away from him for 1 second, because you want to hear everything he says, you want to see everything that he's
don't miss
doing.
Anything. Yeah,
you don't want to miss
man.
1 second, which is hard being in a band, obviously.
For sure. Thank whoever for FaceTime though.
Yeah,
it's you know what I mean. But yeah, having a kid, that bond, it's fuck, man, it's unbelievable. And you don't understand it unless you are a parent. You would never understand it.
I didn't understand it. I absolutely did not understand it until it happened, and then you see all the cliches of parents where you're always like, okay, I get it. You love your kid, but once you are that person, it's so fundamentally life-changing.
Are you more emotional now?
Definitely.
I've always been emotional.
No, not necessarily, but with a kid, it's like, it's just a different thing. I just want to grab him and kiss him.
I know,
hug him all the time
dude.
like a sap, but it's like,
I know, it's so hard not to get emo with having a kid. Then you start watching when you start getting to all like the Finding Nemos and all those movies.
Yeah,
it's gonna be amazing.
Yeah.
Christmas.
This Christmas, he's finally getting to the point where he is old enough to get into it.
Yeah,
and it's just so much more magical. He's like singing Jingle Bells with his little voice,
bro.
Yeah.
It's so, I mean, that chapter being over was such a harsh moment. I mean, your kid's not going to listen to this. But when my son came home and asked my wife about Santa and the tooth fairy and all this shit, my wife's like, had to tell him, she went and brought out the container of all of his teeth from his whole life and had to be honest with him about it.
Yeah.
It's like this thing we do to our kids. I'm glad it happened to me growing up, and I'm glad it happened to my son. But, I mean, we're basically telling him about something that's not real, but it gives us such incredible memories for such a long time, and these beautiful moments, and the spirit of it all. It's so beautiful, but then you have to tell them at the end it's not real. It's hard, man. It was a hard moment.
I love Christmas too.
I know. And you love it because you've seen it through his eyes too, and you're reliving it. You know what I'm saying? It's like your childhood shit, you know?
And with the internet, it's like, I bet kids, that window of believing in Santa probably is so short now.
So short. It sucks.
Yeah.
It sucks that some kid will find out and they'll go back to school and tell everybody else and ruin their shit too.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Yeah.
My wife's like, I'm going to murder that kid. But yeah, like with the internet and shit. But these memories are...
I know. I'm trying to soak every second.
You should. And the age it is at now is so fucking perfect,
so
dude.
Fun, yeah.
When they finally get to talk, and you're like, oh, fuck, would you shut up? But they finally get to walk. Leave me alone. No, I'm just kidding. But it's just all those chapters of like all the first things.
You're saying like the silliest shit. It's like,
yeah.
Where did you get that from?
And they're and they absorb everything like a sponge from the
Yeah.
minute they can fucking see. They taking it all in. They know everything.
I have to
dude.
stop cursing, which is very hard for me because I'm like
Curse a lot. You're like a
curse a
sailor.
lot. Yeah, I
Okay.
just like always grew up just like every other word. Now I'm trying to like curb myself. It's hard.
And plus, when you go on tour, you curse, and you have to come home and try to
Yeah,
stop doing that.
because he'll pick up. He's like you said, a sponge.
Yes.
They're always listening. You think that you're in the other room and they're hearing what you're saying, and you come in there and he's saying "fuck."
Yeah.
Fuck.
We had a crazy tip jar here for swears, and all my crazy friends are coming to like drop 10, $20 in there to Max because they knew they were going to say some shit in front of him, you know? All right, what's your top five hip hop?
Oh, Too Short would be number one.
Fuck yeah. It has to be where you're from.
I mean, I got on Too Short before Life is Too Short. Like his
Okay.
live uncut and X-rated mixtapes. My sister's boyfriend passed me this, had like Invasion of the Flat Booty Bitches,
Sick.
Freaky Tales.
Sick.
So Too Short has always been.
Damn.
Ghetto Boys
Woo.
would have to be in there. Top
Scarface. Yeah, dude.
5. I love the Willie D solo stuff. I love the Bushwick Bill solo.
Bushwick Bill, rest in peace. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's like they never mentioned top five before. That's great. Ghetto Boys.
I say probably Ice-T might need to be in there because Original Gangster is such a good record.
Classic, bro. I saw something the other day. He might have been the original gangster rapper ever. That's what they're trying to. I saw somebody talking
Maybe.
about it on a podcast.
I mean, like Power Tip and
Power Tip, yeah.
6 in, all those. That's early.
6 in the morning, yeah, man. Those are good 3.
I'd have to say NWA, just because when that came out, it was just such a game changer.
So
if
pumped,
you were
dude.
into hip hop, you
Yeah,
know?
dude. Damn, all West Coast for you, man.
Yeah, I like things that were going on the East Coast, but the West Coast it just had its thing, you know?
You like a Wu-Tang or?
I love Public Enemy.
Yeah, that's true. Because they're
Like,
punk. They're punk. They're awesome.
Fear of a Black Planet,
Hard,
when
yeah.
that came out, like I was obsessed with that record.
Yeah.
I loved like early KRS-One, like when I was
Ray.
listening to like Kool Moe Dee and all that stuff.
BDP.
Like,
yeah,
BDP.
Yeah.
Eric B. and Rakim,
Yes.
of course.
Nas, Biggie.
I didn't really.
De La Soul, Tribe Called Quest.
I like a little bit of that. Like I like Black Sheep.
Ooh, yes.
I like
Gangstar.
Gangstar. Yeah, some
Mob
stuff.
Deep.
Mob Deep.
You're West Coast. I
but
respect
yeah,
it,
like
dude.
so even stuff like RBL Posse.
Heard the name, yeah,
Don't give me
yeah.
no Bammer weed.
Okay.
Like weird West Coast stuff like that, like Brother Lynch, MC8.
MC8. Menace to Society soundtrack.
Yeah,
Yo.
but he was
hard. He was hard.
Spice One.
Spice One too. Yeah, yeah,
Love
yeah.
Spice One. DJ Quick.
Yeah.
E40. Mac Mall. Like there was just a lot of stuff.
Souls of Mischief.
Yeah, Souls of Mischief.
Yes.
And
Alcoholics.
I don't know Alcoholics.
Oh, they're from West Coast. So what's your top 5? What's your 5th one? Let's think, man.
What would be the 5th?
The DOC. Oh, DOC was sick. You like the Ice Cube solo records?
Yeah.
Oh my God, incredible records,
Yeah,
bro.
like America's Most Wanted. That was.
Woo!
Yeah. God, what would be? I'm having a hard time because
Is it like
there's
up
so many
north?
at that level.
Yeah. Cypress Hill, I loved. House of Pain.
Dude, when How I Could Just Kill a Man came out,
Hard, dude.
I was like, it blew my mind.
So crazy,
That
dude.
video, there's like nothing happening in it, but it was the hardest shit ever.
Shot in New York and shit. Yeah.
Because
yeah,
there
yeah.
was gangster rap, but something about the sound of that and
grimy too. Yeah.
his voice. Yeah. I mean, they might be up there.
Cypress Hill is
Those
incredible.
two
man.
records were really big.
Black Sunday.
Yeah.
The bass line's on there. Fucking.
But let's
dude.
not forget about House of Pain, Beastie
yeah,
Boys.
Man. Beastie Boys.
I mean, I might say Beastie Boys just
Yeah,
because,
dude.
I mean, since day one, since License to Ill came out, you can't.
Incredible, man. Paul's
Yeah.
Boutique.
Love Paul's Boutique. That's
My-
my favorite
me
one.
too.
Yeah.
Me too. I love Check Your Head too and the other ones, but like.
Paul's Boutique was like next level production, rhymes, the songs. Yeah.
So we got Beasties in there. LL Cool J, I loved back then.
Yeah,
So
LL
many
Cool J.
rappers. It's cool you're a big hip hop head though. That's a big takeaway from this podcast that you break dancing.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking awesome. I never thought that, dude. It's awesome, man.
Like I loved, I went to the swap meet and got the first MC Hammer record when he was like hard and underground.
Yo, he's pretty. He is
was-
pretty hard too, though.
Like Turn This Mother Out and like stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, and no one had ever even heard of him because it was
Damn.
like this bootleg swap meet copy, and I like That must have been like 86, 87. I was like played that thing
Holy
out.
shit.
Yeah, loved MC Hammer.
Come to find out, he's like one of the hardest dudes in the West Coast, man. Like all these stories I heard about him.
Yeah.
Suge Knight talking about him, like he may have danced and wore those pants and was smiling in the videos, but he was like a real one, dude.
Yeah.
Fuck, because he's up from Oakland, right?
Yeah.
Damn. Those are your top, right? That was a good top, man.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's a lot that I missed that I love.
You have a top 5 favorite just influences like punk bands?
Oh, that sounds hard too. I mean, Dead Kennedys.
Yes.
Bad Brains.
Yes.
Black Flag, Minor Threat.
All great,
dude.
dude.
There's so many. That's a hard one. Hip hop and
Clash,
punk
Ramones.
Thing. The Clash. I was, strangely, I love the Ramones, but they weren't one of the big ones for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like I discovered Sex Pistols first.
Same, me too.
Before I knew about punk.
Same too, me too.
And I was obsessed, and I even got the Sid Vicious solo record, which was terrible.
I remember that.
And the Great Rock and Roll Swindle, which is the weird second.
It's very weird. Yeah.
But yeah, I
Sex
love the
Pistols.
Clash. I mean, the Clash is like
incredible, man. The
Clash.
reggae, all the influences, all that
love
shit.
the Clash.
Even the Joe Strummer stuff was incredible. Solo records, man.
I even love the last Clash record that like Mick Jones wasn't on.
What was that one?
It had like This Is England on it.
I remember that one.
This is England.
It was after Sandinista, obviously. Like
Yeah.
later.
It was like they had a schism, Mick Jones and Joe Strummer, and Mick Jones left, and so it was just Joe Strummer, and it was like this weird record that they kind of disavowed, I think. But
Are you still getting tattooed these days?
No, I want to. It sucks. Like, I want to get tattooed. It's just I don't know any tattooists like good enough where I can just be like, hey, I'm coming in.
Go to Dan Smith, dude.
Yeah, I know Dan
Yeah.
well. In fact, he did. I got Sean from Texas did the last 2 tattoos I got, but then Dan did the one before that. Yeah, I want to get tattooed. I'm just too lazy to do it. It sucks. Now I'm 52. It's like, is it too
You
late?
can still get them, dude.
Did I miss the boat on
No, bro. You can still get
Is
them,
it gonna-
dude. I've been getting shit lasered off and getting new ones. Yeah.
I heard that like it's more fucked and painful the older you get.
Tattoos?
Yeah.
100%. Especially if you're fully covered and you only have weird places that you never wanted to touch in the first place, but you're so
Yeah.
desperate to get tattooed. Or I'm going over shit or lasering stuff. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, like Dave is pretty covered.
Yeah,
He's
all the
like,
blackout shit. It looks great on him.
He was one of the first people.
He was one of the first
ever
ones to set it
saw
off.
to get blackout. It seems like pretty common now.
The first one I saw ever get it was the leg on the dude in Rage Against the Machine.
Oh, really?
If you look at his shit, he had some black leg a long time ago in the 90s. But then Davey set off recently with like, this shit look great.
There was a dude in a pro skater in the 90s in the Bay Area that had like blacked out neck.
Oh, wow.
Which was like, and arms, which was so advanced.
Pretty shocking back then.
For
Yeah.
them. That was like unheard of, having any blacked out anything, but he had like even his neck.
Damn.
That was the first time I ever saw that. And I was like, this dude is next level.
Davey shit looks good because all the old stuff's kind of popping through. He's got the praying hands, like stuff.
Yeah,
still
and he's
like
got
it.
the lines. And I see people do that now, do the lines thing.
So you can
too.
pop through and see the old stuff.
Yeah. I think he's the first person I ever saw do that. I'm not sure if he's the first person to ever do it, but
yeah,
in my
looks good on him though.
Yeah,
I remember he's going back and forth getting that done too.
Yeah.
Well, fuck, man. Thank you for being here.
Absolutely.
Asking for It was the original name of the band before I Fire Inside. Is that how it was?
There was like different
meanings for it.
I don't know if there was ever a real meaning, and they just kind of made up meanings after the fact.
Yeah.
Because remember back then, everyone was like RKL, DRI. It was all
It's true.
It was all, that was just what you did. It was acronyms, you know? So I think they just did an acronym and then had to make up a meaning after the fact.
We did it for H2O. We call it hard to organize later on in life. Like,
There you go.
There's really nothing for it, but because the band's very unorganized.
Yeah.
But dude, thank you for being here. We've been talking about having you on for a while. I'm really honored to have you here. And I've known you for like 30 years, played shows, crossed paths, and just having my kitchen to hear your story. It's awesome. And super stoked for you and your career and your new family and all that stuff. It's great, man.
Thanks for having me.
I didn't realize how close you are to hang out sometime, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you sonic cold plunge at all, or have you ever done that?
No, I feel like my heart would stop.
No, you'd be fine, dude. You'd be fine. Greg comes and does it in my backyard. It's go back and forth. It's really good for you.
Greg's an Iron Man, though.
Yeah, that's true. Do you exercise a lot, or?
No, I should. Like, you know, like once you get to a certain age, your
on,
muscle
man.
mass starts going away, though.
Yeah, but the whole point is
gotta
that
keep
we're
it
going
up.
to keep it because
I
we're
know.
fucked if not.
I know.
That's the whole point.
That's why I need to do that shit. I'm like, you see me,
You take walks? You do
the
walks?
opposite of yoked. I do walk, yeah. Like in the evening I walk so I can listen to the music I made that day.
That's cool.
And critique it
Yeah.
and make notes. which is a good time for me to do that.
Yeah. Look at Davey, man. He's fucking jacked, dude.
I know.
He's on that.
I don't have the time to devote to that. He's like, you got to really.
Yeah, you got to.
He's dedicated. You got to be in that mindset.
And he goes at night. He's so focused on it, though.
Yeah, his diet is crazy. Like,
I'm sure, dude. He's so militant, right, about it, right?
Absolutely. Like, no refined sugar, no.
Damn, that's why you're gonna get on that shit.
Yeah, but he was on no refined sugar years ago.
I know for sure, dude.
Like he's on some next level like
superhero shit,
Planet
dude.
Mars shit.
He's like a vegan superhero to me, dude. Like,
the things that he is like not putting in his body is some shit you never even thought of.
Yeah, like
probably like I don't have electrons in my body or something. Who knows?
Beyond oils.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say we have to keep our muscle up because that's when shit starts falling apart when you get older.
I know.
So it's really important for the listeners too, if you're older, just even doing push-ups or pull-ups or some sort of shit, man. Keep our muscles. Yeah. Especially if we're not eating meat, me and you, man. You know what I mean? We have to go extra hard. Try to, you know.
Is that true?
I mean, I would say yeah, because everybody's like protein, muscles, blah, 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 all the fucking myths and shit about it, you know?
Yeah, but then the people that are, vegans say that that's a myth, that animal protein is not necessary.
I agree with that too.
You need to get that from
But I feel
sources.
like for us we're lacking something. Maybe not you because you're vegetarian, maybe me vegan and lacking something maybe to keep me, plus I'm 55 and I try to stay in shape. But it's all balance, it's all diet and all that shit too, you know?
Yeah, diet is really important. I found that out as far as like keeping in shape and losing weight at least.
Yeah.
Just stop putting stuff in your mouth. That's that's the easiest way to do it.
And watch what you're eating too, yeah.
Yeah, watch what you're eating, but just like not overdoing it. It's hard to have portion control, man.
It is, dude. My word for 2026 is moderation.
Yeah, moderation's fucking hard. It's easier not to do it at all than it is to be moderate about it.
Yeah. Fuck, man. Well, dude, Jade, thank you for being here. Great conversation. I knew it'd be awesome. I know you do a lot of podcasts, really?
No.
Fuck yeah, I'm honored. Thank you, man. For all the listeners, they'll be on tour this year coming up. And then, do you check your DMs when people DM you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He checks his DMs. You can hit him up there. Just don't bother him. And what other new music you have coming? Is solo stuff coming out or...
we got the Birdlegs coming out on Rev in March 1st.
Perfect.
So check that out because it's a fun record.
That's awesome.
Eric Ozine screaming again.
That's really cool. Yeah. Shout out to Eric. Is there any more Extremists coming out or Blaqk Audio coming out?
No, I talked to Dave recently about doing another Extremist record, and he's like, you know what? I said everything I wanted to say on the first record.
Respect, man.
You can't deny that.
That's fucking such a great answer, dude. Very honest. I love that, man. Yeah. Fuck. All right, Jay. Thank you. Thanks for the listeners, man.
Yep.
Bye. Got to give a big shout out to Liquid Death. I've been in a band called H2O for 30 years, and my first real job with a company is a water brand. Go figure. Love you, Liquid Death. Love the people. Love the brand. Love the concept. Love what they give back. Love the community. Love what they do for the environment. You can go liquiddeath.com/OLLC and get free shipping on any of their merchandise that they make. They have such incredible collabs. Also, if you want to hear the story of the CEO, my good friend Mike Cesario, on the podcast, you can go to episode 115, part 1. And then 2 years later, we dropped to part 2, which is episode 275 with the CEO, Mike Cesario. Just a man from Delaware with a dream, worked at a marketing company, and made this become a reality. Liquid Death is an incredible company, incredible water, incredible people. And I'm super, super honored to be part of them. They sponsor my life. They sponsor everything, my family. So go liquiddeath.com/OLLC and get free shipping on anything you want to buy on that site. If you want to get water, it's exclusively on Amazon.com. Murder your thirst, y'all. I always ask my guests if they have any regrets. I personally don't have any regrets. Even when it comes to my tattoos, I have the silliest tattoos. Even my ET on my leg, it's still a childhood memory for me, and I love it. I've had tattoos on top of tattoos strictly because I wanted more tattoos. I started getting tattoos when I was 18. I'm 52 now, and I can't stop. I've had laser treatment before on something on my arm. It's 4 tattoos on top of each other. And that experience at that place was pretty fast. It was pretty cold. It was in and out, swipe the credit card. Don't really tell me much. Didn't give me much details or anything was going to happen. So I never went back. So as of most recently, I'm so lucky enough to have had 2 sessions at Removery Tattoo Removal. My tattoo on my arm looks like a big black blob is now super light. I've had 2 sessions. I have a long road ahead of me. None of this stuff happens overnight. You cannot take a tattoo up in one sitting. You have to be patient, and it's painful. They ice you up. It's super fast. To me, it felt like a bunch of rubber bands. But what's more painful than that is looking at something on your body that you think you're stuck with for the rest of your life. That sucks. But now for me, I'm really happy I started this journey. I'm slowly going to get this tattoo removed. I never thought in a million years I'd have any kind of real estate on my arm. I don't even know what I want, but it's exciting. I'm so honored to announce that One Life, One Chance podcast is now with Removery. Call 866-934-4570 or go to removery.com. Use TobyH20 and get $100 off your first session. One of the most experienced tattoo removal companies in the world. Removery has 155 locations and 1.8 million treatments. US, Canada, and Australia. State-of-the-art peak-away laser technology, cryo technology to reduce any discomfort. This is so exciting for me because all I do in these podcasts is talk about tattoos. From day one, if you've been listening to this podcast, talk about tattoos, talk about getting removed, talk about getting covered up. So this is such a perfect fit for me. Definitely check out One Life, One Chance podcast, episode 281. I have Carmen Brody, Mike McTurnan, and Dustin Ortle from Removery. And this is over a 2-hour conversation. People had submitted questions. It's an incredible conversation breaking down the do's, the don'ts, the fears, process, the results, everything you could imagine about getting a tattoo removed. It's all in this podcast. It's an incredible episode. I appreciate them all coming out for it. So check that out if you want to learn more about Removery and what it's like to get a tattoo removed. Once again, go to removery.com or call 866-934-4570. Use my code TobyH20 and get $100 off. These guys are located everywhere. Try it out. As we get older, we start paying attention to what we put in our bodies. I personally have been listening to my body since I was 18 when I went vegan. I've always been focused on my health. It's super important, mental and physical health. But it's really important for people who are just starting to get more healthy and trying to step up their life. Doing your homework, reading the labels, researching and verifying everything that's quality. It's part of the game these days. That's why I started drinking AG1s. I'm so proud to have them as a sponsor of my podcast. AG1 is a foundational nutrition supplement that delivers daily nutrients and gut support and is backed by multiple research studies so you can trust what you're putting into your body. We're all so busy these days, so just throw a pack of AG1 in the morning into a cup of water and shake it up and drink it. I love the way it tastes. I do it every single morning. It's part of my routine. I bring the packets on tour. It's an incredible life changer for me. Many supplements only reference research from ingredients in their product, but I trust AG1 in my daily routine because it's constantly putting the formula to the test. It's backed by multiple research studies. And one of those research studies, AG1 was shown to have double the amount of healthy bacteria in the gut, which is super important because these help digestion in the immune system and immune health. And these bacteria are known to help with digestion as well, gas and bloating, which I freaking need. And it also promotes regular bowel movements, what I can attest to. In another research study, 97% participants felt more energy after 30 days and 91% of the participants noticed that they needed less coffee after 60 days. I quit coffee like 5 months ago. I know I'm good on that. But AG1 is packed with a variety of nutrient-dense ingredients and is the perfect complement to my healthy diet. I drink it because I know it's going to work and it gives me peace of mind covering all my nutrition bases for the day. In fact, I trust it so much, that's why I'm spreading word about it. That's why it's sponsored by podcast. Thanks to Angie Huberman for turning me on to AG1s, connecting me with them, and now they're part of my podcast. It's so easy and satisfying to start your day with AG1s. Try AG1 and get a free 1-year supply of the vitamin D3K2 and 5 free AG1 travel packs with your purchase at drinkag1.com/OLLC. That's drinkag1.com/OLLC. It's never been a better time to focus on your health and wellness and get back on track, man. Take control of your daily health. Health is wealth.